Well, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, and welcome to Brighton. The rain has ceased for the moment, at least, and we are ready to take in an outstanding evening of under-12s rugby here in our final leg of the Friday night Super League here at Brighton Rugby Club, the home of the Brighton Blues. In our opening game of the day, it is Chichester taking on Westcombe Park. Westcombe Park looking for their first victory of the tournament and looking to jump above Chichester into a higher playoff place. Neither team able to qualify for the top four and make it through to the cup, but of course with plate semi-finals on the line, it will be all to play for in these final round of pool games. Just looking to get a rugby ball sorted before we start off. It is Westcombe Park in the black and blue playing left to right in this opening half of 10 minutes, with Chichester in the two shades of blue on the receiving end of kick-off. Well, what an evening we have for you here on pitch one. Brighton take on Camberley in a big game to decide who will finish in that top four position. While the whistle goes, and it's kick-off here at the Friday Night Super League in its very final leg. And it's a big first hit and a perfect steal. What a start for Westcombe Park. They've had 2 draws in the competition, but no wins so far. I'm delighted to be joined as well by Gareth, who's with us from the local club, of course, from the host. What a tournament you've put on, and well, isn't it nice to see it all come to a big conclusion here?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic tournament. We've got 8 great teams all going at it, and really showing the standard of under-12 rugby in the home counties. Little
snipe for the line, held up is the call, but the penalty advantage coming. What a start for Westcombe Park, looking to jump above Chichester and look to avoid as well TGS, the Tonbridge Juddians, who may end up in that 5th spot as the highest seeded plate side. Just spilt at first receiver. It's a really well-designed tournament because everyone's got something to play for, even in these final rounds.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea with the top 4 playoffs and then the bottom 4, even down to, so we've got first, they're going to play 4th and 2nd, 3rd in the semis, and then in the Shield playoffs, we've got 7th are going to play 8th and 5th play 6th. So even those going into this with only a few points picked up through the group stages or the pool stages, then they know that they can go in. The 8th place team beat the 7th place team, then they're in a final.
Absolutely, and Westcombe Park, despite not picking up a win so far, could finish as high as 5th in the competition. But it's a lovely handoff and a first early break for Chichester. Big shot, just shy of the touchline on this near side, playing at quarter pitch size, with the post in the background, of course, here at Brighton Rugby Club. Plenty in the ruck, unlimited numbers at the breakdown, which is a sort of newer rule to this under-12s level. Another knock-on. It has been wet, but the weather just holding for now.
Yeah, we've been very, very lucky this afternoon. Had a bit of drizzle when I was putting the cones out earlier, but no, it's dried up nicely, ready for kick-off.
Lovely take on the far side and some great acceleration, but on the wheel, just put down here. Possession with Westcombe Park. They've certainly had the run of things at the start of this first half. Pick and go. Westcombe Park really battling for the line here, which is the yellow cones. You can see just about under the light of the floodlight here, but what a turnover. Ball back with Chichester. And, well, great rugby on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's fantastic work. Chichester certainly under the cosh at the moment. Westcombe Park are a great team, and so their points tally in the table doesn't really reflect their quality. They're a great team.
Chichester had a tough second leg. They were beaten in quite commanding fashion by Havant and by Camberley right at the top of the pool. A narrow defeat, though, to the Tonbridge Juddians. So that playoff game should be a cracker if they can put Westcombe Park away here. But all of the possession in terms of where we're playing on the field is deep in Chichester country. It's another knock-on, a scrum in their favour. But this will be a bit of an upset. Westcombe Park, I think they deserve a win in this group stage because they have been great at times.
Right, boys, back.
Oh, for sure. I know that Westcombe Park went down to Chichester at the start of the season, had a 40-minute friendly. I think that ended 15-10 to Chichester, so they're very well-matched teams. These are two of the best teams in their own counties, respectively. So yeah, it's lovely to see Chichester try to put the ball through the hands on their own try line in their own 22. It's a brave play, and so far it's working out.
Really good hands, but Westcombe Park have scrambled back well. They're a much improved side than when they kicked off the tournament, and as they go over the ball, there's a couple of loose bodies there. I think it should just about come on the way of Chichester. Well refereed in there.
Yeah. So this young man refereeing is Otto. He's one of our colts at our club. We've been fortunate enough to have Brighton College referee in the first couple of rounds, but when this one had to be rescheduled, unfortunately, Rosalind Park. So Brighton College have been up there, and they went deep into the competition. So unfortunately, the refs weren't able to come down. So thank you very much, Otto, and a couple of the guys from Quinns for stepping up and helping out with the refereeing. Because you didn't want me in the middle.
No, I was going to stay on this side of the camera as well. I think it's much safer and warmer than it is out there.
I was trying to put a whistle in your hand earlier.
Balls out.
Got rid of that ref mic as quick as I could, and now it's in Otto's possession. Oh, it's right above the head there of the on-rushing Westcombe Park player. I think that was a ball meant to go a little wider.
David Bosch, that was. He's a big Bosch man. Watch out for the big hits from him. Quality player.
Well, it's nice as well that we're in a lot further down in terms of the season than when we first started this tournament, and these young players have had almost a full season of club rugby to sort of develop and get to know each other. It makes this last round really interesting, even if we're here because of a delay.
Yeah, certainly. I know coaching the Brighton team, it's been. I know coaching the Brighton team, it's been really interesting, sort of between the rounds, watching the games, the teams that we're about to play, and understanding their play, learning a couple of their moves, and yeah, it's amazing the analysis you can do with 11, 12-year-old boys now compared to when we were younger.
Absolutely, so, great pickup in the backfield, dancing feet from Westcombe Park. It was a good clearance, but some stuttering footwork on the edge has Westcombe Park right beyond the gain line here, and this is a huge chance for them as we head into the latter stage of this first half. Another pick and go, a swarm of double blue look to hold up their man, and it's a second moment in the game in which Westcombe Park have been held up over the line.
I'm not sure Chai have got out there in half yet, it's been all Westcombe Park, but
since kick-off it's been hit deep by Westcombe Park, and we've stayed here.
Resolute defending, the boys from Sussex.
The free kick was the option.
You can't chase it
charged down by Vihan,
which he obviously can't do, unfortunately, from a free kick.
Back. Off your foot when you're ready.
These kicking rules, they're very confusing up and down the divisions, including here at under 12s, as a great clearance comes in, swirling high but well held, and back come Westcombe Park again. This time it's far more direct, stepping off the left foot and leaving Chichester backpedaling here.
Oh, Eddie Spears, cracking run, show and go, didn't quite get there though.
Great work from Spears, but it's an important steal at the breakdown again. Chichester living on the edge.
Ball's held on there, penalty here.
But it's another turnover from Westcombe Park this time. Right in the red zone, they've got to use this. Lovely footwork again, and they reach out and finally score. Westcombe Park with a breakthrough. Well, let's have another look at this score then. It was a great turnover to begin with, Gav. That's really what got them rolling here. And again, it's quite direct from
When
the
you're ready, boys.
free kick. This is a lovely step, though, in close quarters. Bang off the right boot. It's a good hit, in all fairness, but able to reach out and score, and that's well deserved, I think, from Westcombe Park.
Certainly.
Well, big double shot to dislodge possession. Westcombe Park have it again, and there's some more fine footwork from the try scorer. Gets the offload away as well.
Advantage
The momentum certainly with Westcombe Park. In comes the dummy. It's a 3-on-2 out on the edge, but Chichester defend well for now.
Tackle that release.
Short by a few metres here. Westcombe Park looking to go 2 tries up. Another pick and go, another score. And finally, the Chichester defence has been broken, and Westcombe Park taking advantage. Now this half has been all Westcombe Park as they go searching for their first win of the competition. This result could see them jump above Chichester on goal difference, but they need a few more tries to get that bonus point. Chichester looking to respond, but still playing all the rugby inside their own territory.
Round the head, high tackle, advantage.
So often we've seen in this competition that teams have come back and scored just before the break, and that's given them that bit of lift and momentum before half time to take into the second half. So let's hope that we see a bit of that now.
Not 10 advantage.
Well, there's 2 penalties in quick succession. First to the high tackle, then not 10, as you hear from the referee. So this is a big chance for Chichester as they come close to breaking the Westcombe Park half for the first time. It's a third penalty advantage. Chichester through, just a full back to beat. Lovely work to get on the inside. And right as you predicted, a try before the break. Chichester in the game, their first entrance into the Westcombe Park half, and they have points to show for it.
Look at that. It's a great play from, I think the lad's called Z. I understand that they found him playing at state school early in the season, and this is his first season playing for Chichester, and yeah, great play from the lad.
Certainly won't be his last.
No.
He keeps up runs like that.
Yeah, he scored a couple of tries against Brighton in the round 1, and yeah, so I'll never forget that boy.
Kick-off though, a few moments left to go in the first half, and Westcombe Park unfortunately have knocked it on, so we should have one more chance before the break for Chichester to equalise. And what a story it would be, having defended for about 8-9 minutes.
Yeah, could you take off the pitch for this session,
there goes the music, which indicates that we will soon bring this half to an end. I think one last play to be had.
Okay, ready?
Centrally timed, of course, here at the Friday Night Super League.
5, set.
And then we're into half time to switch around.
Chichester, 1 try down. Westcombe Park would be desperate to avoid their 3rd draw of the tournament. Still yet to come away with a win. There's another good carry by the try scorer.
Round the side, penalty Chichester.
Now fierce from the referee. Got to get these things right at this late stage. Lovely offload to keep the attack alive. Another one through the back door. Chichester still rolling here. They make it to the edge. Good recycling in field, but Westcombe Park come flying forward. Oh, it's been intercepted. Great defence. Westcombe Park on the front foot, and it looks like going into the break they might survive.
Lovely counter up there. Chichester.
So possession changes hands again. In comes the big fend.
All they need is the ball in hand. Look at this going forward.
All of a sudden, Chichester have come alive, and it's a line break through the centre. Great recovery from Westcombe Park. Counter ruck again by the side who still lead. It's loose, it always backwards. Bit of broken field for Chichester. It's become a real melee in the middle of the park here as Chichester go hunting for an equaliser. And to secure their place in 6th in the league table, always backwards. Westcombe Park still press high. Another big shot out wide. What an end to the first half. We're about 2 minutes into overtime. Still no knock-ons, no mistakes. Great line speed from Westcombe Park, but it's still always backwards. Chichester shrug off their men.
Tackle that.
Great work over the ball. What a steal that was by the first half try scorer. And still we play. This time it's Westcombe Park in possession. Deep into overtime. The knock-on will bring the half to an end. A frantic finish to our opening fixture on the final night of the Friday Night Lights Super League here in Brighton. Goodness, we couldn't ask for any more excitement than that, could we?
It really came alive. It was 2.5 minutes that last play. It was fantastic. Great work. Under 12 rugby at its very best right here at Waterhall.
Great talent on show here at Waterhall, of course, the home of the Brighton Blues. At the moment, it's Westcombe Park, who could be on for their first win of the competition, which will see them jump above opponents Chichester and set them up for a huge playoff game against the Tonbridge Juddians in the fight for 5th. We'll see if Westcombe Park can hang on after Chichester came back to life at the end of that first half. We'll be back in a few moments for the second.
Turn around, please. Westcombe Park
Yeah, because it's just you've got to rest on the lip the whole time.
and Chichester. Thank you very much. Right, Westcombe Park, Chichester, in positions please. Thank you very much. Cool. Referee, Hove Haven't, are you good? Super. Chichester, Westcombe Park, referee, are you good? Super, right. 3, 2, 1.
Back for the second half, it's Chichester now, kicking off, going left to right in the two shades of blue. Kick received by Westcombe Park. Thanks so much to Gav for joining us in the first half, but he's off to go and fix an immediate issue here. He's still running the tournament while on comms with me as well. And it will be a chance here for Westcombe Park to go further ahead. Great line straight through the centre. This game really came alive towards the end of the first half. Still a chance here for Westcombe Park, stepping back inside when there was an overlap, but it's popped up kindly, and it's another dancing step on the inside. What a shot on the far channel, a thunderous hit to bring that attack to an end. Chichester have it back again. And I think it's going to be, in the end, free throw here.
Back here, boys.
Now the referee's going to call it back, even though the clearance came in. And Tim Foster alongside me for the second half. Tim, welcome back to the Super League.
It's terrific to be here. We had some amazing nights previously, and this is setting up to be a fantastic final for this tournament.
It's coming down with snow on it, but it's excellently well taken in the backfield by Westcombe Park again. Their very own Finn Smith with the blonde hair, dropping up at fullback, and down he goes. It's a loose pass, and it's Finn Smith staked to their Sapawanga. Look at the step, outrageous. Again, and on the roll, brushing off bodies. What a try this will be. Chopped down just a few inches short. Chart still for Westcombe Park. Oh, it's been knocked on at the base. How close was that to a stunning score, Tim?
No, there was a fantastic run there by the Westcombe Park player. You can see sidestepping, spinning, just evading all of the defenders there to try and make that try land. It's a shame it got knocked on at the very end there.
Steps back, please. Crouch!
Well, it was great to talk to Graham about the last couple of rounds while we had him, but of course, Tim, you've also been here for all three, and well, it's just highlighted the unbelievable standard of rugby at under 12 level in this region.
Gone backwards.
Yeah, I mean, the skill of all of the teams involved here has really shone through, and I think, to be honest, no matter what the scores are, they don't truly reflect the skills that these players are able to show off tonight.
Cleared away by Chichester, but the whistle went first.
I don't want to hear another thing from you, otherwise I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Okay, thank you.
And that's completely fair enough. The referees had quite enough of the coaches on the far side.
Yellow card. Off you go, please. No, I want you off the thing. Outside the green, outside the white fence, thank you.
And that's a fair enough call, I think, on that far side. Coach is being sent away. There is one factor of under 12s that's come to light, is that you can't really tell who's a parent, who's a coach at times. As Chichester look for the line break again. It's their try scorer for the first half, looking to make amends in the second and equalise here. Westcombe Park go piling into the breakdown. That might leave them short-handed elsewhere. Like down the short side. Great spot. And over the ball go Westcombe Park. The ball is loose and the ball is, in the end, dug out by Chichester. Still just a single try down. What an offload. And great acceleration. And good luck stopping him from there. And once that man gets rolling for Chichester, you're always back in the score. And they're on level terms again. And Westcombe Park, the draw continues to haunt them. This could be their third of the competition after going 2 tries up in that first half.
That was a fantastic run for the equaliser there. You saw at the end of that first half how long the play was as they were desperate to make it 10 points each, but here they've delivered at the early stages of this second half.
It's another try for Zed in this competition, who of course only started playing a couple of months ago. Great coaching from Chichester to mould him into the young player he is already. Chance though for Westcombe Park to respond in those blue and white stripes of theirs.
Roll away, try.
Big counter up comes in, but it should be a clean setup for Westcombe Park. They look to go down the blind side. Back into traffic come Westcombe Park. Big upright carry. Offload intercepted. Chichester have it back again. Well, once again, we're spending all of our time in Chichester territory. But Westcombe Park have been unable to get over the line. And on the break like this, Chichester have been deadly. Lovely offload. Good hands out wide. Westcombe Park get across.
Yeah, so you can see there's such an offensive playing by the Westcombe Park side.
Penalty
but it's always just never quite able to land those tries. That's what I mean where the scoreline doesn't quite reflect the level of play here.
5 minutes to go. We're level at 10 apiece in this final pool game for both these teams. A knock on in a dangerous area. Again, it's been really wet here in Brighton today, and there's still a lot of moisture on the turf. Fantastic footwork again by Westcombe Park star man. Plenty of talent out there, but he is really dangerous. And now Westcombe's long legs get pumping, and they're a few inches short here. It's another fantastic position that Westcombe Park have found themselves in. Hands should do it. It goes loose. Oh, and it's fantastic work from Chichester on that far side, getting up in the line, getting up in the face of the Westcombe Park player to force another crucial turnover. And they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth here.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a change of lineup for the Chichester side. And there is.
Let's see as those changes rush into the backfield. Can they get across in time to keep out Westcombe Park?
Tackle there!
Tackle made. They've got to secure the breakdown. Westcombe Park again have it inches short. It's a fantastic hit, but just a bit too high for the referee. Surely they score from here. One more pass should do it. Back against the grain. Westcombe Park take the lead again.
That was absolutely incredible play though. We see they're using the full width of the pitch every time they make those attacks, and it's finally paid off with an amazing try there.
Now, very nervous faces on the Chichester players in front of us here in the comms box, but they've been defending resolutely in this second half as they were in the first. But if you give the opposition this much time in your own territory, you're always going to be under pressure. Certainly still enough talent in this Chichester team to get it. And here's Z, this time opts for the offload.
No, your tackle
And takes 4 men to bring down the Chichester man. Great carry.
Yeah, once that determination sets in to find that equalising try.
Good snipe, but flick through the back door and intercepted. And off go Westcombe Park again. One more score would certainly seal it with just 3 minutes to go. Although Chichester did score in the final minute in the first half. So that's another great carry. And a diving finish. Direct again from Westcombe Park.
Ball went backwards from him.
You said it, another try would make it, and they've certainly landed that. They're now leading 2 tries ahead with only, as you say, a few minutes left in this half, and indeed in this match.
Very clear comms from the referee as well. It was backwards as it was placed by Westcombe Park, and with kick-off to come. Well, it looks like they're on their way. I don't want to jinx them too early here, Tim, for their first win of the tournament.
Now you see here why clear refereeing is so important in this game, and these referees are fantastic at it. They not only direct the players, but they help kind of teach them what to improve going forward.
Great turnover. It's a young ref as well as young players. So it's a referee who will probably be more up to date on the rules than anyone here, as you have to go through so many rings to become a referee nowadays. And he's in the perfect position to teach these young players as well. Slipping the damp turf from Chichester. The ball is out. But it's Westcombe Park who come away with it. And it should be a 2-on-1 here. Oh, it's just behind the Westcombe Park man who's a foot in touch. But the scrum is Chichester's. Again, they've kept out Westcombe Park. You can't falter the defence.
No, they're desperately, as you say, trying to hold off from those, allowing too many gaps to come through. Now this scrum, as we know, they are uncontested, so we'll give Westcombe Park Chichester another try.
Westcombe Park, a really talented side, you know. They've only lost by 5 points to both Hove and Brighton in the last round. Unbelievable results from them as Z once again looks to bump his way through. Lovely ball floated over the top. There's the more diminutive winger on the far side breaking tackles this time. Chichester with a chance.
Hold on, penalty.
But it's turned over on the deck. Fantastic work from Westcombe Park. There goes the music. So there's only seconds to go. They clear their lines and it's a victory for Westcombe Park. Can you believe it? They're first of the tournament. 2 draws and 2 narrow defeats to sides right at the very top of this pool. And with this result, I believe they'll be heading through to a playoff game against Tonbridge Julians. And after this, their only win of the tournament, Westcombe Park can finish as high as 5th. That says a lot about their quality, Tim.
Yeah, it's a fantastic match for them. As you say, the 3rd night of this series coming in March, and it's their first victory in this tournament. Apologies. It was the clear move to make there at the end. Just get the ball out into touch, end the play early, come home with the win.
Thanks, Tim. We'll be back in just a few moments for our second game, and it's the hosts, the Brighton Blues, all in white, taking on Camberley. It's 2nd against 3rd, and those positions could change hands at the end of this contest. So welcome to game 2 here at the Friday Night Super League at Brighton Blues, and it's another game for us from the pool stages, our very last one of the contest, and it's Camberley who will be taking on the Brighton side. Brighton sit in 2nd place as things stand, Camberley in 3rd. A changing of the guard here is not too much indication on how things go later down the line. And it's Brighton all in white, not their traditional blue, with Camberley in black and yellow on the receiving end of this kick-off. Brighton may be slight favourites. A win here will be, it'll be more mental than anything else ahead of the game in the Cup semi-final, which may well be against this Camberley opponents again. Hove will be snapping at their heels of the loser of this one if Hove can win their final group game of the day, which takes place elsewhere. Tim back alongside me for this one. Good to see Brighton back in action, and this could well be a Cup semi-final that we see later on.
Yeah, Brighton, they're only joint second in the total standings. They've got a good chance of holding that position.
But the kick is just a few inches short. It looked like a brilliant kickoff, but instead it's going to be back with Camberley in possession here. Scrum on midfield, big chance here for Camberley.
Yeah, and it's Charlie Jenkins with picking the ball in, coming back, passing to...
It's Jenkins who feeds Calderbank, and it's a big bumping run from Lewis. We'll expect to see some real physicality from Camberley. Alex Rye at first receiver, and Rye gets his head down. It's a brave man to put himself between the spokes there, but Camberley are down, and they've been turned over as well. Great start to the game for Brighton.
Yeah, Alex Roy was a real standout player in the last night of the tournament. Many tries under his belt there.
But not just size, plenty of skill to come with his performance as well. It's almost a good turnover. Sam Sunderland almost caught. Head tape on already, very Pollock-esque from Sunderland, although with the long hair, a little bit more like Matt Fagerson for those who watch the Scottish game. To the short side. Some nice trickery, but Camberley put in physical shots at the line. Camberley would love to sneak into second place with a win here. Great counter ruck. It should come Camberley's way, but they've not latched onto it quick enough. Switch in midfield, and a man over for Brighton. And there's great pace down the touchline from Sanderson. Ball on the inside is intercepted by Jenkins. And look at Jenkins go. Stopped on a dime by Joey Staples, but this game has started like a house on fire. Sniped down the blind side, Middleton off to the races, but it's gone backwards. His pass just deflected onto the turf, and it looks like Brighton might have it.
Brighton not making an effort to move out of the way. Penalty here.
Well, it was a great effort from Middleton, and he has won it back.
Yeah, you can see that such a back and forth nature of this match. There doesn't seem to be more than 5 seconds of a team holding onto the ball.
Brighton are always going fishing forward at the breakdown as well. Alex Rye, lovely tip pass, but it was well watched. Down goes Pryor. Lewis. They've got a proper 10 in Lederer at first receiver, who will be looking to pull the strings today. Brighton straight over the ball. Great clear out from Ellis Lewis. Lederer throws the dummy because high in the line was Isaac French. French makes the chop. Rye gets the offload away.
It's gone backwards. Still
always backwards from Camberley. And Nowacki just drops onto it. Out comes George Baker. Loose at the breakdown. Brighton have it.
Off the floor here, penalty here.
No scores yet, but a penalty for Camberley. This is a big chance for them.
Yeah, it's coming off of number 9, which is Charlie Jenkins, straight to Alex Rye. He's going to try and push through.
Rye on the charge. Ball is always backwards, but Nowacki there again to sweep it up, and away goes Lewis. Lewis with a big bumping run. Lewis still going. Oh, what a run by Lewis. Who's there in support? Brighton over the ball. It's on down this near side. Lederer though hits the blind. Man over. Chance for Camberley. Again stopped short of that yellow coned line. Lewis with a snipe. Camberley edge ever closer. Lewis. Rye's there if they want to use him. Instead it's Middleton with a lovely step. The rain starts to fall for the first time here in Brighton this evening as Rye again takes on a number of players.
Off your feet, leave it.
Jenkins digs it out. Lederer goes for the long ball instead. It's Calderbank. Oh, what a hit! What a shot from Brighton. Kirkpatrick disrupts possession, and he's delighted with himself as well. In comes the clearance kick. And for now, Brighton have survived. What a moment. What a nudge it is as well. Forcing Middleton all the way back, and in the end a slight knock-on from Camberley. What a kick!
That was fantastic. We saw how close it was to the bottom line there, but as you said, that kick just cleared it right out of the way. Middleton chasing after it, ultimately not quite able to get his hands on it in time.
So Camberley give up possession. Their best attacking opportunity of the game has become Brighton's chance. What a kick it was. And a chance to see Isaac French in action for the first time tonight.
Both teams here still searching for their first try of the match.
French switches it inside for Hall. Hall still on the roll. Looking really impressive so far, this Brighton team, in the few chances we've seen. It's a good turnover with a bit of a coach killer. Offside in the midfield. Quick tap. Camberley arc 10. Chance for French. Wins a second penalty advantage.
Offside here again. Penalty.
They've got to get back here, Camberley, with a little bit more intense effort. Quick tap. French does go to the open side, and it's through the hands. It's well marshalled by Manny Brown. Camberley with a counter ruck.
Hands it in the ruck. Penalty Brighton here.
Oh, but the clear out was good, but the penalty still goes Brighton's way. Kirkpatrick for the corner. Brighton have the lead, and it's the discipline that's just let Camberley down there.
there. You could see it was really a battle of attrition by Brighton, just getting those endless sort of 3 penalties in a row there, pushing forward and forward as they search after that first try, ultimately getting it, breaking the stalemate and taking the lead in this match.
Well, let's have another look at this score from Kirkpatrick as well. We've seen a couple of close-range efforts. That's an outstanding step.
Again, using the full width of the pitch there, sorry.
And there's not a lot of it here at this under-12 level. So every metre counts. What's just been put down off the kickoff. Camberley compounding their errors. Off goes Sunderland. Good shot from Lewis, and Camberley over the ball. Oh, it's so close to a turnover. Reggie Chapman, French. Staples feeds it on. Advantage over as Brighton break, and it's Sunderland putting in the handoff, looking for the offload. Brown in support. Great counter-ruck again from Camberley. Well, Lewis can't get his can't get his hands on this there, young Ellis Lewis, but he's done so well to turn it over for Camberley. But Kirkpatrick with broken field takes a slip. Rye gets a hold of him. Good offload. Brighton love to play with free ball in front of them. It's the Harlequins' way as their coaches watch on. Here's Brown. Another thunderous counter-ruck, that time from Pryor. But Brighton break. French through the first tackle.
Forward pass advantage.
But it's a forward pass. And the attack will finally come to a close. Breathless at this under-12s level.
It's incredible. The number of passes there not going down. As he saw when Alex Rye tackled, I believe it was Kirkpatrick. He stayed up, got the ball out to Brown. And eventually, as he said, that attack just came to a close there, but it was incredible play.
Well, as things stand, Brighton will stay in second place.
On you.
And Camberley, they could drop to 4th, depending on results elsewhere, and have to take on Havant in that Cup semi-final, which is not the game anyone wants against the undefeated side. But Camberley looking to change that with an excellent breakaway from the scrum. But unfortunately there, it was just knocked on as Lederer broke the line for the first time. And a hint of a high tackle from Camberley in response will hand Brighton another opportunity, this time from halfway. The penalty count heavily in the host's favour. Chapman gets his head down. Good turnover.
Jackal was good there.
Excellent work from Camberley and Josh Hughes. But the penalty was still going their way.
On my foot. When you're ready.
Ruben Maddox. Lovely hands. Manny Brown cuts inside, but it's been knocked on in the contact. Great defence again from Camberley, and they've got a penalty. They've got a knock-on advantage. Lovely footwork to open it up. It's a 4-on-1 out wide. They've got to spread it here. In comes the fend from Lewis. Lewis shrugs off 2. Eventually brought down Crossley, but the tackle was high.
Jackal was good there, but high tackle penalty here.
Chance for Camberley to level things up.
They've taken it quickly. It's Sean Hughes here.
Hughes dances round 2. Hughes beats 3. Hughes for the corner.
Try scored.
And at the direct other end, from where Brighton scored their first, it's Camberley instead who break through. They didn't need all those penalties and all those phases that Brighton did. Just 1 or 2. Tap from the high tackle. Hughes is a big player at under 12s level, and he's got a long fend, and he's used it excellently here. Great finish, Camberley level.
When you're ready.
Yeah, that whole try started from that excellent run right on the other side of the pitch.
Last 30 seconds, please.
That's the mark for 30 seconds left in this half, so it better be quick.
Tackle there.
Maybe one last chance for Camberley, who have done well to claim the kickoff. Great line speed from Brighton, desperate to win it back. Chop made by Calderbank, or by Henry Hall. Here's Calderbank. Lewis.
It's gone backwards.
Always backwards. We played 2 minutes of overtime in our previous full game. Brighton look a little bit narrow here. Lederer. Oh, it's been spilt. Big chance for Camberley, unfortunately there, but Brighton just about do enough to take us through to half-time. Well, you can see the passion out there, can't you? Even at under 12 level, Brighton and Camberley desperately want this win, even though the end result will mean little in the final standings. As things stand, it remains Brighton in second and Camberley in third. We'll be back for the second half in just a few moments' time. So, don't say what's going on. That's all I I give you the space, even if they've stopped playing, don't worry about it. Finish what you have to say. Like, you've made a point about the game tomorrow. Don't feel like you have to rush through it before it starts again. Just chill. It's fine. Like, you can finish your point. And I'll only cut you off if like they're about to score, they've been a big turn. You don't have to drive for it. I don't think you have to get through it. And I'll bring it home. I don't need to because they can. That's not me. So,
45 seconds until kick-off, perhaps. Thank you.
You don't need to get through it. No, because I will just come in, trust. You got trust in it, I'll just interrupt if I need to. But it's not personal. It's just because I feel like it's has to know something. So like, don't worry about it.
Pitch one.
Yeah, and if you finish,
thank you. Pitch two.
And then I'll come back in,
Excellent. 3, 2, 1.
Second half underway. Camberley now in the yellow and black, going left to right. Brighton on the receiving end in their white kit this evening. It's level again after Camberley got back into the game. An outstanding finish on the far side from Josh Hughes to cancel out Joe Kirkpatrick's opener. But it's an early break for Brighton. Through goes Henry Hall. Outstanding in the opening round. And he's been a top player throughout. Sunderland, oh, it had to go. Sunderland does well to recycle, but it's a great turnover from Ben Frost. What a start into the second half.
Yeah, we saw in the first half how long it took to get that first try down, but then an equaliser came very, very close afterwards. So whichever team takes the early lead here, I think, will have a good start at winning this game.
Well, another important factor is the pen count, which was so heavily in Brighton's favour. Camberley's discipline was poor at times in the first half, but it's Brighton who've been sloppy at the start of the second half. Two penalties already here. A loose pass has handed the ball back though for Brighton. It's Chapman. Chapman gets his head down and Chapman comes up short. Plenty of bodies in the breakdown, so not a lot of space here for Brighton. Good option down the short side. Manny Brown one-on-one. Dealt with well by Camberley. And again, the forwards flood the breakdown. Just one too many that time. I think it's just a foot there to take it away from the scrum half.
Scrum down here, boys.
Yeah, they have the space on the wing here, but they've also got, you've got to remember the other half of the pitch. It's so easy to get dragged into one area when you're a player out on these pitches.
Take 2 steps, please.
You forget the whole big picture.
Crouch!
But what a game we have here in the final pool stage. This is just the teaser really for the cup semi-finals to come if results go as expected. A massive kick, goodness, right over the head of Joe Kirkpatrick, and Camberley are right after this. The chase is on. Middleton, Lewis, both hunting down Kirkpatrick. Great step from the fullback, and he gets the offload away for Hall as well. Hall slips through the first tackle, but is dragged towards touch. Big hit from Charlie Jenkins. Jenkins wins it back for Camberley in the end and plays scrum half. Oh, but it's just been spilt. Good to see Leo Marshall get amongst things. He's a really promising player. What a kick to send Brighton backpedaling.
You see, they were so close to the Camberley try line there, and it almost came back to their own home.
Crouch!
We've got scrum here, which is, as you say, will be non-contested.
So a chance for Brighton.
Who's out?
And Ruben Maddox to the short side. Oh, it's been lifted short for Hall, and Lederer's through to score. The pass just lacking a bit of bite, a bit of venom, and Lederer read it well. Jake Lederer has Camberley in front with an interception. But this is all the product of that outstanding defensive kick. A slight miscommunication, and Lederer pounces on it.
It just shows how so many moments in a game can lead up to a terrific try like that. It takes a full team to deliver something like that. There's no standout player in that move.
Kick off, and it's a grubbered kick. Bounces up well for Brighton though. Good early carry from Eddie Pooley. Penalty advantage though for Brighton. Good offload. Round the corner comes Crossley. Crossley, switch on the inside. Oh, it's an outstanding move from Brighton to cut the defence open here. Hall on the offload. Hall, desperate to find a final pass for a crowd of yellow and black. Couldn't connect with Pooley that time. They play with such pace, Tim. Ferocious from Brighton on the front foot.
Yeah, there was an immediate reaction to that try by Camberley. They're desperate to now equalise again.
Fine footwork from Joey Staples again.
Off your feet, leave it.
Camberley off their feet at the breakdown. Missed a trick there. Chapman. A different kind of carry from Chapman to draw in 2 defenders. Maddox, Hall. Throws the dummy.
Tackle that.
Wrapped up by Baker. It's just short there for Maddox, but it's a good pickup from Crossley until the shot that disrupts it. And now it's fed wide for Camberley. Flicked out the back door by cornerback for Lewis. Lewis well beyond the gain line, but a little bit short of support. And Brighton have it back again.
You can see how desperate Camberley are to get a 3rd try. You have to remember, with 3 tries, it gives them a bonus for the table standings, which could be a key to push them up.
That bonus point would all but confirm their place in 2nd, which would be a great achievement for this Camberley team ahead of a semi-final where they would then meet Brighton again later on this evening. And Brighton have been driven into touch.
3 pass here, boys.
3 pass on the edge. No line-outs, of course, under 12 level. So they can line up Alex Rye. And Rye gets rolling here. And Camberley.
In touch here.
Oh, whoa, they were racing towards the try line, but a foot in touch.
3 pass Brighton here.
You saw how many Brighton players it took to try and hold Alex Rye down. So he just bulldozes through the team.
Chapman looks to respond with a physical contest of his own, but he's driven back. Good work from Camberley. They'd rather play in this area. Brighton have numbers up on the short side. Good dummy. Staples needs a bit of help. It's a great clear out from Hall, but I think Lewis might have done enough there to win it back for Camberley. Ref's got a decision to make here.
Off your feet there.
And there were a couple of bodies off their feet. Camberley, as the defensive side, will always be penalised. Off goes Hall. Pooley right on the edge. Good hit from Marshall. Great work to win the ball back, and Hall takes on 2 Camberley defenders. Lewis is always lurking around that breakdown. Good line speed from Lederer. Almost an interception, but it comes back Brighton's way. Big bump, great carry from Cooper Trim. Welcome back to the Friday Night Lights Super League, Cooper Trim. Top scorer on the opening leg. Maddox. It's a slow breakdown, and it's popped up Camberley's way, and they will have a chance to exit. And what an exit it might be. Beautiful from Leo Marshall. Lewis gets it back on the inside. It's Alex Rye, who does get an offload away for Lewis. Well, Lederer has to clean up at the back here. A slight knock on. And with about 3 minutes on the clock, Camberley just panicked for a slight moment there. Just one little knock on as they look to exit. I think the kick just had to come earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you had a terrific turnover with Marshall taking the ball, doing a terrific run through the Brighton defence. Ultimately, it has been a turnover with the scrum.
Very easy in hindsight to decide the right call as it comes back inside from French. Hall ducks under the tackle. Hall puts in the fend. What a carry from Hall. What a chance for Brighton. Big clear out from Brown. Quick pick and go. Pooley in support. Crossley almost went the full length. French. Oh, it has to go wide here. French lays it back.
No release in the tackle.
Brighton have so much space on the right wing. French, long ball. Sanderson. Oh, great recovery from Camberley. And Ellis Lewis puts in a huge shot. French. It's Hall on the edge. Offload back on the inside. But it's always backwards. Another penalty. Camberley have got to sharpen up their discipline here. French winding one up, but then going himself. Little dink for Chapman. Still going, Chapman. Is this the score for Brighton? Chapman looks wrapped up. Oh, Chapman's been held. And the Camberley parents behind the sidelines are delighted.
Goal line drop up.
What a defensive shift from Camberley.
Yeah, you can see now Brighton might have a tactic here, because on their previous try, it was through getting those penalties closer and closer to the try line that helped them deliver. And here, they tried something very similar. Sadly, he was held up by the Camberley defence.
Always backwards in the backfield. Cooper Trim, still on his feet. Good clear out by Brighton Blues. But ripped by Rye. Not sure how he got his hands in there. Indeed, it was illegally so. So, we'll have to come back for the penalty where the mark is as we approach the final minute. Brighton could be staring down the barrel of a defeat here. Something they are not used to at the Friday Night Super League. Got a great line from Pooley. But he's dealt with well. Rye looking to get stuck into the breakdown. Camberley might have won it back here. Brighton recover. French spots half a gap. Hall gets out the dustpan and brush, chucks the big dummy, brushes off Lewis. Great carry from Hall, but Lewis is back there to help out Jenkins. Good option from French to pick and go. Great line speed from Camberley, shutting down the space. Trim has to take contact. Trim driven towards touch.
Tackle release!
Well, release was the call from the referee. But he was dragged into touch by Rye. He couldn't help himself. French, seconds remain. Hall drops the shoulder. Hall over the top. Brown, good take. Excellent defence again from Camberley. Cooper Trim. What a hit! Camberley hold firm. French, will they survive? French skips through. Oh, he's done it! Isaac French has equalised for Brighton in the dying embers of this game. And it will keep the table as we are, with Brighton in second and Camberley in third. It won't change the Friday Night Super League table as much as either side would hope. But it's a huge mental victory for Brighton ahead of a semi-final where they'll face Camberley again. But that's a wonderful finish from French, and what a time to tuck it home.
Yeah, you saw the kind of defence that the Camberley side has here, and yet Brighton were just able to find those gaps, push through, and French did an incredible final run down.
Well, there was time for kick-off. It was a good chase from Brighton though, and the draw doesn't tell us much going into the semi-finals where both these sides will be present. Great game of under-12s rugby. What an advert for the sport at this level. Brighton equalise at the depth, and well, while we've got a few moments here, we'll find out who's next in the playoffs here at Walsall. We'll be back in just a few moments.
But it's someone against Western Park on here. Game will kick off at 25 to 8. That's 25-8, so we've got about 12 minutes. Grab a drink, grab a burger, stretch, but we'll be back going again in about 11 minutes. Thank you. Okay, everybody, so following the combination of the pool stages, we've got the playoffs decided. So the top four, as it stands, is Camberley first, Camberley second, Brighton third, and Home in fourth place. Okay, and bottom half playing for the Shield.
What did he say?
We've got TJ's in fifth, Westcombe Park in sixth, Chichester seventh.
Oh, he? Oh, they cover him. What's the announcer said?
In 8th place.
So I think it's...
So,
who did he announce on the pitch?
The Shield playoff semis come next. On pitch 1 we have 5th v 6th, which is TJ's versus Western Park. And then on pitch 2 we have Chichester versus Pulborough. Okay, those games are going to kick off in about 8 minutes time. Then after that, on pitch 1 versus Home. And we've got Brighton versus Camberley. Okay, thanks everybody. Enjoy the rugby.
Why is it this one?
It's the white one. TB1. TB1.
Oh, is this one working? I have literally... I have always done this. Or maybe it's the angle it's resting.
It must be.
Maybe it's the angle it's resting. Okay, so I think Combridge Study against Westcombe Park on pitch 1. And then after that, I'm pretty certain it's over and payment. Combridge Study, Westcombe Park. I can't believe it. Combridge Study bottled it. Lost the ball.
Big old short line shoes, and you need a haircut, Slam.
We're getting so much stick. I love it. He's getting so much shit. I can't believe it. You did alright. Spot on, mate. You have made me weird So glad you sent that guy off. He's under 12, but you can't tell him it's coach or parent. So you push parent. He is parent. I'm so bored to see this one. Yeah, it's good fun, yeah. I'm ashamed of the things. I don't know why we're too I get up to 7 tomorrow. 7%.
Okay, and the Shield semi-final is going to kick off in about 2 minutes. So we have Western Park and TJs on pitch 1, please. On pitch 2, Pulborough and Chichester. Thank you. Down to Charlie. Wonderful. If the teams can be getting ready, please. Pitch 1 looking pretty good. Pitch 2 nearly there. Pitch 2, if we can have you ready, please.
Welcome back then to the Friday Night Light Super League. We are into the playoffs. There are just a few games remaining. This is the 5th versus 6th game. Westcombe Park take on Tonbridge Juddians. So Tonbridge, well, it's not been a great night for them so far. They were beaten by Pulborough. Pulborough racked up their first win of the tournament, as did Westcombe Park. Their first win of the campaign have seen them jump above Chichester, with a chance to finish as high as 5th after some really tight results against the very best here at the Friday Night Super League. And it is Westcombe Park in the black and white stripe who'll kick us off. Tonbridge Juddians in that traditional red and white trim on the receiving end. Tim's back alongside me for this one, and well, Westcombe Park are the side with the momentum coming into this tie.
Yeah, they'll be definitely looking to build on that momentum and add another victory tally to the title race.
But
I think Tunbridge might be taking sort of the loss against Pulborough as motivation to push on and fix it, basically.
And they'll be handed a chance here after the kickoff goes a little short. The offload is loose, but Tunbridge recover. Now Westcombe Park swarm the breakdown, but it will come back for Tunbridge Juddians here. Soft hands across the back line. Excellent offload from Clark to get it away and keep the attack alive. Westcombe, who were on the front foot against Chichester for almost the entire game. Genuinely, we spent the entire fixture deep inside the Chichester territory until a eventual turnover in possession at the end of the first half led to Chichester's first score. 20-10 it ended. Oh, almost intercept from Z. New to the sport, just a couple of months into the game. Picked off! But the referee calls them back for the knock-on. It was a knock-on in the tackle. What a chance for Westcombe Park. Just goes to show that Tunbridge are playing lovely phases, but Westcombe Park can punish you in an instant.
Yeah, as I say, this game is all about the big picture. You can have those small moments, but I mean here, Westcombe Park are using those moments to their full advantage, making those attacks and making them stick.
Scrum though for the Tunbridge Juddians. There's real conversations going on in the back line. It's just been spilt, but always backwards at first receiver. Clark, lovely shape on the pass. Good option to cut back inside from Will Coombs, who's over the gain line for Tunbridge Juddians. Now TJS, they had a chance to sneak into the cup playoffs, but unfortunately they were beaten by Pulborough after Hove were defeated heavily by Havant in a previous game. Really could have turned the tides here, so instead of making it to the cup semi-finals, they have to set off for a playoff place here, Tunbridge Juddians. The Shield, as this competition has been rebranded, so they will be heading through to a Shield final if they can grab a win here and finish as high as 5th overall in the tournament. Westcombe Park though with their first chance to attack in earnest. Lovely little trick play, the hard line out the back move. Don't mind it this time, it's 7th season. Lovely run on the edge to stay away from the touchline. Counter ruck comes in from big Callum Bardwell, but it's really well dealt with. And a pick and go, and they slip the net, and Westcombe Park will score the first attack of the game, and they've managed to break through.
Yeah, so there's incredible fast feet on these players here, being able to find those gaps, break through, and then once they're through, not getting caught by the Tunbridge defence, making it to the try line, scoring that opening try, and giving them the lead in this match.
A quite frankly ridiculous bit of footwork there, and then once the defence were disjointed, the pick and go. Well, Tunbridge Juddians, they really took the game to Brighton. They drew with Hove, and they also beat Chichester themselves back on the 13th of March. So they had a really good night, actually, to be fair, across those two games, with a draw, a win, and a defeat to Brighton, who were through to the cup. But a great turnover by the try scorer for Westcombe Park. Second win of the competition, maybe, on the cards here, which will take them through to the Shield final. Well, if you're looking for the other semi-final, it is over on pitch 2, of course, in the Shield, and it's Chichester in action against Pulborough, who are in good form off their win against Tonbridge just a few moments ago. The cup semi-finals will be on later, of course. Brighton taking on Camberley again. Hove taking on Havant again. A change of the pitches, I believe. I believe Havant against Hove will be here. Oh, it's good line speed at first receiver from Tremont. And Tremont straight through. Great carry from Oakley Tremont. Clark's in support. The ball is available. Bauman. Coombs. Oh, he snuck through Coombs. Great covering tackle. 2 over the ball for Westcombe Park. That's a great turnover as well. And Westcombe Park survive. Tonbridge Juddians, though, looking really good in that last few phases.
Definitely, they've had that first try dealt to them. They're now desperate to try and find an equaliser, try and make sure that doesn't stick and that doesn't give the Westcombe Park side the advantage in this match.
Here goes Clark. Andy Good-esque in the long sleeves, long socks. It's been knocked on, illegally so. It will be a scrum, potential intercept. Good chance for Tunbridge to set something up here. Henry Aldridge to feed the scrum. Just a reminder to those listening at home, as the scrum has come Westcombe Park's way, that the players' names have been given to us by the teams, so if there's any changes that need to be made, please come and approach us in the comms box. Well, good counter-ruck from Tunbridge, and they should come away with it here. Always backwards, whipped away by Aldridge. Direct from Tremont. But it's a great turnover from Westcombe Park, and what an area to win the ball back. Here's their try scorer from the opening game, who's got electric footwork. Z gets the offload away as well. Well, spread right, you heard the call, but it's another turnover. Bardwell this time getting, oh, it's Tomo getting stuck in this time to win it back. Big double shot from Westcombe Park, but it's well ridden by Tunbridge. What a fine carry by Ned Collins. Looking for an equaliser here as they rush into the backfield. Lovely ball round the corner to free Tremont. Tremont gets it away. Clark as well to keep it alive. Excellent work. And Clark draws the high tackle as well.
High tackle here, penalty.
Lovely work. You can hear from the sideline just how animated it is on that far side. Tunbridge desperate to get back into it. Nice shape on the pass. Oh, wonderful step. Awesome attack from Coombs again. He's such a live wire on the edge.
Not releasing in the tackle. Penalty.
Well, it was a good turnover for Westcombe Park, but as you heard from the referee, they didn't release, and they've not got back in time as well. Hail Mary over the top, but it might work out for Tunbridge. What a hit! What a hit in defence from that man on the far side. He might be the smallest on the field for Westcombe Park, but he's managed to cause a stoppage there. Penalty advantage, though, was coming Tunbridge's way. The Juddians have it. Aldridge. Fezza. Interception! It's been won back by Westcombe Park. It's a foot race that they will win.
Yeah, you saw that incredible interception and the incredible pace on the player there, making it to the try line. One of the other Westcombe Park players giving a small celebration as he saw that missed tackle leading to the try.
What a grab for Westcombe Park, because that was an attack of real threat. There were two over on the edge for Tunbridge, and young Whitey did so well to get across, but he just couldn't stop his man. Westcombe Park on the double, but as we saw in their first game, they were pegged back by Chichester before half-time after going 2 tries clear. What a slight knock-on off the kickoff. It was a wonderful little nudge. Big shot to bring down hopefully Tremont.
On there, but coming back here for the knock-on.
We'll come back for the knock-on.
Scrum down, Tunbridge ball.
Scrum for Tunbridge. Big chance for them. They could do with scoring before the break.
Yeah, I know from my time as an under-12s rugby player myself, just how much it is kind of on a psychological level if you have that lead going into the match, but also if you're in a deficit and you're able to get a try before the half-time whistle blows. Just how important that it can be for the motivation.
Oh, it's just been put down by Tremont. Not the man who usually makes the mistake, but they're asking a lot of him today, the Tunbridge Juddians, and he makes the covering tackle. And now Westcombe Park with a chance. Oh, lovely carry down the blind side. It's Tremont again making the shot. Absolutely everywhere for Tunbridge Juddians.
Knocked on there by Tunbridge, scrum down.
And he's been knocked on the deck. What a recovery from Oakley Tremont. A big shot he's made to win that back.
And we just heard that it is technically the final play, so this could be it for Tunbridge to get their chance at that final try. Alternatively, it could be Westcomb's chance to just extend their lead before going into half-time.
Westcombe with the feed in the end.
Out.
Good line speed from Tunbridge. Hard line, but they go out the back. Oh, the pass is just behind, and Tunbridge Juddians will swarm. Little pick and go, no space down that far side. Tunbridge Juddians made the big hit, but slightly high. So we'll come back for the penalty. So big chance for Westcombe to go 3 tries clear before the break.
Knock on.
And this time it has been knocked on. So at half-time it will remain 10-0 in Westcombe Park's favour. What a leg they're having in the third and final tie of the Friday Night Lights Super League. No wins coming into tonight, but now they're just 10 minutes away from a second victory and a Shield final. What a turnaround for them.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing to see this team who really put in so much work in the first 2 nights of this tournament. It's finally paying off with those victories coming on night 3.
The FNL Nearly Men, with so many close games against the best teams in this competition, Westcombe Park are now 10 up against the TJS Tunbridge Juddians at the break. Can Tunbridge turn it around? We'll wait and see in this Shield semi-final.
Thank you.
Back for the second half. Tunbridge Juddians with the kickoff. Now going left to right in their red and white. It's the black and red of Westcombe on the receiving end, or the navy blue if you want to be specific. Let's be specific about that first half. Westcombe Park in control, up by 10, looking for their second win of the competition after being winless after the first 2 rounds. What a turnaround for Westcombe Park. Tunbridge will get us started though from the kickoff. Tim back alongside me. What do Tunbridge need to do differently here? Because they've had really nice periods of play in that first half.
Yeah, as I say, but you have these phases that come together, but you need to make the bigger picture work, and you need to help those tries deliver. At the moment, they're just not able to find their feet, I think, when it comes to delivering those tries.
Tunbridge hanging up. It's a really teasing kickoff. A great take by Westcombe Park.
Steel's good.
Ripped on the deck. What a turnover.
Tackle there.
Great start to the second half. Quick ball wanted. Oh, a big shot to win it back for Westcombe Park.
On there in the tackle scrum down blue ball.
A thunderous hit to win possession back for the side who lead. What a shot.
Crouch.
Yeah, I've gone on the end of some heavy tackles like those back in my ever so short rugby career.
The Tunbridge man wore it well, straight back to his feet. And Westcombe Park come to the short side. Oh, they chip ahead. Excellent option. It's an unkind bounce, but it's fantastically well dealt with by the Tunbridge Juddians. Great work from the man in the backfield there.
Tackle there.
Real pressure put on Alex Clark, but he did brilliantly.
Rolling away with the ball red, penalty blue.
Oh, but it's a penalty for Westcombe Park.
Penalty blue.
As you heard from the referee, you can't roll once you hit the deck there because you're protecting the ball from the man who wants to steal it illegally.
When you're ready.
Yeah, that was. I think that was Thomas Bolton there, just making that small mistake there, allowing Westcombe Park to get the ball here in that turnover.
Well, he was just doing his best to try and steal the extra yard. We've all been there. As the chop tackle comes in from Westcombe Park. Good offload, and that is a high shot, even if it is on the one of the shorter men. And under 12's level. Oh, a sneaky snipe down the blind side. Across comes Tomo to make the shot.
Advantage over.
Oh, it's a beautiful shape on that pass, but just a little bit too much fizz.
Red ball.
Yeah, we have here, as we say, the TJs, Tunbridge Juddians, they're on the back foot coming into this first half, and I think they're going to do whatever they can to get their names on that scoreboard.
Tunbridge will need to use this opportunity. 8 minutes to go, down by 2 tries. Pick up in midfield. Another physical carry down the short side. This time the offload's away. Green, good carry. But Westcombe will hold firm. Good offload. Tunbridge steal the extra yards.
Tackled off the ball here.
And once the ball was released, you got to let go. So penalty here, and an offside call as well. So penalty advantage for Tunbridge Juddians.
Tackle that.
Yeah, advantage still being played by the ref. Good ball to get it away from Aldridge under serious pressure. And again, this line speed from Westcombe Park is so dangerous, but they do manage to find a bit of space out wide. And a great carry in response. And now Tunbridge have numbers. Here's Bolton, Collins. Big bump from Collins.
Tackle that.
You can see there the key part of this game is using that full width of the pitch, going left and then all the way front back to the right in a single run. No passes in between.
Slight knock on at the base of the breakdown. There were so many Westcombe Park players piling into that breakdown.
Bind. Set.
Westcombe Park with the feed, still up by 2. It's been a tense second half. Tunbridge have fought really well back into the game. Lovely step, and there's another off that right boot.
Steel's good.
Stolen on the breakdown. What a turnover, and what a chance for Tunbridge Juddians. James Green. I think it was Bolton who nicked it on the floor. Here's Aldridge.
Ball's out.
Well, Westcombe just dive off their feet there, I think. It's tough to see.
No release from the tackle, penalty.
Good call by the ref. Give the penalty for Tunbridge there. Quick tap.
Offside.
Tomo.
Offside here, penalty.
Offside from the penalty. Westcombe's discipline really letting themselves down here. Aldridge. Collins. What a shot! Goodness me, it's that man again for Westcombe Park. It's the same player who piles in to make the hits time and time again. That's a ridiculous tackle. All legal, great height, great pace. He came out of nowhere to win it back again for Westcombe Park.
Yeah, it's a good place to get the ball back at this rate because they're quite close to their home try line. And with that penalty leading to that turnover, as we say, it gives them a chance to try and fight back and reach into the TJ's half.
All right. Ready?
Changes for Westcombe Park as they look to hold on to this lead. An unbelievable tackle by the fly half. He's got that amazing step. Let's see if he brings that again here. Instead, he just boots it off the left. Clark. Winding down the short side. Great acceleration from Clark, who beats the first man. Steps on the inside of the second. Tunbridge again find themselves in a good position here. Green. Green still going. Nice run by Green. And he gets his head down.
Tackle release. Knocked on in the contact advantage.
Oh, it's been spilt. Great defence again from Westcombe Park. Double, triple tackles even. And again, they have it back on their own 5-metre line.
Again, the TJs are not willing to go down without a fight.
Tackle, penalty blue.
And it's another remarkable defensive set from Westcombe Park. A reverse of their first game, where they were knocking on the door for the whole of the first half. And I think the clearance kick is incoming. It's not very long, but it's certainly very high. It's a melee for who this will end up with. It spits out for Tunbridge.
Yeah, Thomas Bolton picks up from the ground there, as you say, on the ball, kicking it about. He needs to get hands on it quickly, and that's what Bolton's done.
Green. Green spots half a gap. Great acceleration. Oh, Green's going to go the length. Tunbridge back into the game.
Blue kick.
Yeah, you can see there, with all the Westcombe Park players getting dragged into that melee, it opened up gaps on both sides of the pitch. And Green found one of those gaps and made the most of it.
He's had a great second half, James Green, since coming onto the field. And there you can see he spots the gap. You can spy the moment he begins to accelerate. And the game is alive again.
When you're ready, Blue.
Westcombe Park kicking off and putting it deep. And this is where they'd much rather be. And indeed, it was a swirling kick into the floodlights. And it's just been knocked on. A diving effort from Tonbridge Julians, but unfortunately it's going to come back for Westcombe Park. That was the right option from the kickoff, Tim.
Yeah, I think we've only got a couple of minutes left of the match. I think Westcombe are gonna do whatever they can to prevent the TJs from equalising before that whistle goes.
To the short side, they'll go for the corner, but then checking back against the grain come Westcombe Park, throwing the dummy. Not read by Alex Clark, he makes a big hit.
Holding on, penalty bread.
What a turnover as well!
Yeah,
could be a game-changing turnover.
Yeah, as you say, Westcombe Park could have used that advantage to build up that cushion again of points against against the Tonbridge Julians. But here now with Tonbridge having the ball, they can make the most of it to get the equalising try.
Good carry by the Tonbridge big man. And another penalty one in their favour. What a moment this would be for the Julians to take us through to Golden Point. Oh no, it's just been spilled.
Going back here for the late tackle.
But indeed, the tackle was a touch late, so Tonbridge survived. Spared their blushes by Westcombe Park's poor discipline.
Red ball, late tackle.
Real tension here at Waterhall. Aldridge, Collins, good chance to give the ball away. And in comes the fend from Clark. They're straight over the ball, Westcombe Park. But there was the tackler who got over the ball. And an offside as well. That's 4 penalties on the bounce here.
Going back here for the offside.
They've got to shape up the discipline in Westcombe Park. Tonbridge Julians just going to keep marching them back. Aldridge, Collins. Collins gets his head down, finds the offload. Backwards off Clark. Down goes Coombs. In fact, it's Cody Bowman who's desperate to get it to ground. Green, no way through from this time. Strong carry from Green. Right, Westcombe Park have to release. Just drifting across the face of the Westcombe Park line. Collins needs some support there.
Off Blue foot.
Oh, it's come backwards of a Westcombe Park boot, but it's been picked up by Bardwell. Tonbridge Julians still have it. Can they survive here, Westcombe Park? 30 seconds to go. Aldridge, Green, this could be it! Oh, what a finish! What a finish by the Tonbridge Julians, who touched down in the corner to equalise in the final play. That was it. The game was done. Westcombe had it, but then it popped up in Bardwell's hands. And Green drew in 2 defenders on his way through to find the winger. And what a finish! Oh, he has made it home. Great call by the ref.
When this goes out, it's 10.
And it's final play. And we're 10-all. 2 minutes of extra time pending here. It's hung up high. Who will it bounce for? Tonbridge should get it back. It's straight into touch. And we're into extra time.
Half time.
Well, it's great that Graham's popped up here on pitch 1 to explain to us at 10-all. I think we're going through to extra time, Graham.
Indeed we are, indeed we are. So on pitch 1 here we've got TJ through Westcombe Park. It's 10-all, so it's a golden try. So the next one to score, they go through to the final.
Thanks, Graham, tournament organiser here at of the Friday Nights Light Super League, to tell us through that the Shield final, the second tier competition, will have to wait because Westcombe Park and Tonbridge Julians are going to Golden Point. 2 minutes still to play. What a game, what a moment to equalise.
We saw we heard the announcement for the last 30 seconds of the match, and it was just absolutely incredible. That last try landed, it shows how the discipline of Westcombe Park really kind of let them down. I think having those 4 penalties in a row, pushing them further and further away from the Tonbridge Julians try line, but also on the Tonbridge side, they're doing their best to equalise at every moment, get those tries where they need them.
Juddians put it deep, right call under the circumstances. Oh, it's such a devilish bounce, and it might come back for Tonbridge Juddians here. They've got a knock-on advantage and a chance to kill the game. What a time for the ball to bounce up so unkindly here for Westcombe Park. Their best performance of the entire tournament across all 3 legs, but they might falter at the semi-final stage.
Yeah, they're going to be desperate to make it their second win of this tournament.
Green,
across the 3 nights.
They're going to turn it round for Tonbridge, the try scorer that got the Juddians on the front foot. Miss pass looking for Clark, it's behind him. Clark looks to feed it through, but there's no one there in red and white, so it's one back by Westcombe Park. Every possession crucial here in Golden Point. One try will do it. Nice shape on the pass to open up the field. Oh, a no-looker to the wing. But Collins drives back his man. They need to find the wing here, Westcombe Park. There's space out there. Here he goes again. That fly half with fantastic feet. Throwing the dummy, but it's not bought by Tonbridge Juddians. Slow ball for Westcombe Park. Through comes Bardwell to win it back. Oh, but it's a penalty. Big chance for Westcombe Park in overtime to seal a win and head through to the Shield final. Westcombe Park throw the dummy, popped over the top. Straight over the ball go Tonbridge Juddians. What a turnover! And still we play. Quick ball for TJS, looking to open up the park here. Oh, half a gap, through they go. Collins looks for an offload, finds it. Round the corner they come. Plenty of space on this near side. Great carry from Will Coombs again. Aldridge, Green, flashes it through. Collins went for it. Green comes round the corner to pick it back up again. Juddians under pressure. Tomo with a big clear out.
Neither team here ready to give an inch, really. It seems it's so back and forth in terms of the ball being turned over again and again.
And Westcombe Park do have it. And Westcombe Park have Tonbridge Juddians short-handed. There are tired bodies out there at this under-12 competition. It's finally knocked on. And still we play in Golden Point. Gonna have to get the tournament guidelines up to find out what happens if we're still level after extra time. Not a fate that either side will be looking forward to, given how intense this game has already been.
Looks like we might have a slight injury on the Westcombe Park side, which could change everything.
A crucial breather, to be honest, for the sides out there, although we wish him all the best. Plenty of attention here from the medical staff. Each club has brought support in numbers. And I think we will have a few moments here. Just a break as we await the sides to enter the fray for the Cup semi-final, our next game here. The Championship Shield on the line. And it's a big old trophy, I've already seen it. A solid silver one. While the winner of this competition receives a golden edged shield. Each team here at the Friday Night Light Super League will receive a commemorative shield and a commemorative medal for each player. We're going to just have to keep playing till somebody scores here. I mean, Westcombe Park were the first scorers in the game, if it comes down to that later on. But we'll be back underway. And there's the huddle from Tonbridge Juddians looking to hype things up here. Westcombe Park player good to get back to his feet. Here we go. Tonbridge Juddian scrum. Just about midway on either side of the field here. Quarter-length sides at under-12s level. Well, they're going to come down this short side. Collins is poised at first receiver. Green on the far side. Spits out, and here's Collins. And Westcombe Park are all over him, so he gets the ball away. Bowman. Clark. Dragged down. Westcombe Park straight over the ball. What a turnover! It's that man again. Try scorer in the opening game. Try scorer in the second. A big turnover. And what a line to get things started here for Westcombe Park. This pass to the short side, back into traffic. Westcombe Park take the scenic route, but it might work out for them here. Excellent line break, desperate for an offload, finds the pass. This could be the winner. 5 minutes into overtime. Contact taken just 5 yards out.
Held on, penalty red.
Oh, it's another penalty! It's another penalty! And this time it's the Tonbridge Juddians who have it.
Offside advantage.
And they've won a second penalty.
No, you weren't.
Which will sort them out because they've knocked it on there.
Offside, red ball.
It's absolutely relentless play on both sides. Neither of them really ready to lose this game.
I'm knackered just watching it. Still we roll on. Still Westcombe Park go fishing forward at the breakdown. Bardwell with the tip. Collins. There's one man over. But Westcombe Park have it well covered. This is unbelievable. With almost 6 minutes into Golden Point. And still Tonbridge looking to play inside their own 22. Great covering shot from Westcombe Park. There's a little bit of space on that edge, but there's two in black and white to make the shot. And now Bardwell gets his head down, feeds Collins. Late offload, but good hands from Pedro.
Tackle that. Roll away, Blue.
Clean ball for Tonbridge. They've made it beyond halfway.
Not rolling away, penalty red.
Well, not much you could have done about that. Deep into the breakdown, but he was
Penalty advantage.
obstructing Tonbridge Juddians, so the penalty it is, wide from Feza. Green, missed pass, is this it? What a covering shot! That could have been the breakaway score that sealed it.
Penalty red.
And another penalty, and it's the Westcombe Park discipline that's letting them down here. Green, Bardwell, bumps off his first man. Great carry from Callum Bardwell. Westcombe Park wastes no time in getting stuck into the breakdown. Oh, I don't believe it. It's another turnover, this time at the opposite end. Will we ever see an end to this semi-final in the Shield? Clearance kick the right option, but what a chase from Westcombe Park. Clark puts in the fend, but he is well met.
Off your feet, leave it, Blue.
Slow ball, overcomes Henry Aldridge. Bardwell, interception! It's been won back by Westcombe Park. Well, it's a serious battle for it. Upright in the tackle, pick and go. Westcombe Park have it. They're on the roll here. Thunderous clear out again. Both sides go scrambling for it. Another huge clear out. Knocked on the deck in the end as the secondary shot came in. And we are still playing here. But a scrum for Westcombe Park. Surely this has to be it. Surely this has to be the moment that they head through to the Shield final.
You can see on the Westcombe Park side, they have these moments of brilliance where they're able to push through, find their speed, find that space, and make these advantages. They're just let down when those penalties do come in for the TJs.
Back against the grain come Westcombe Park. Here's the hot stepper again. Forward pass. And we come back for another scrum. And this time, it's the Tonbridge Juddians with it.
Yeah, so that was, we've heard that it was Pulborough who won 25-10 on the other pitch, so they'll be going through to the Shield final.
Well, what a result for Pulborough. And I think Pulborough will be favourites after that, because this is ridiculous. We're almost into 10 minutes of overtime. Who will beat Pulborough in the Shield final? Here's Collins. Keeps a hold of it himself. Referee spots another offside from Westcombe Park. It's a great turnover, but the penalty was first for Tonbridge Juddians. Off goes Aldridge. There must be space somewhere here with tired bodies all around. Here's Coombs back against the grain again. Westcombe Park over the ball. Great clear out from Bardwell. Green ships it over the top of Clark. Collins, he is well met. Still they get the ball away. Big fend and a thunderous bump as well from Pedro. Oh, it's a fantastic clear out to just about keep it alive. Bardwell, Green, here's Clark. Flings it out, Collins knocks it back. Oh, it's been spilled.
On there, scrum down, blue ball.
It is unbelievable. We are 10 minutes into overtime here, and still no one can break through. Another knock-on in the centre of the park. Tim, when will it end? How does it end?
No, it's yet another turnover to Westcombe. It might come down, like you said, Westcombe scored the first try of the match. May come down to that in the end.
Still we play. There's two tricksters in the wide channels for Westcombe Park, and it's a penalty advantage for them to play with as well. Direct from the big man. Great line speed from Tunbridge, so will come back for the penalty advantage. Referee's got a fantastic handle on this game, given the intensity of this contest.
It shows off just how important the clear and concise refereeing is in this kind of a match.
Who has enough left in the tank to crawl over the line here in this Shield semi-final? Wonderful chop tackle from Tunbridge, a snipe down the blind side. There's 3 in red to bring down their man. It's been ripped by Bardwell. Tunbridge Juddians have it again. Can they create enough to seal this game? Green is hit hard, but he ships it on first. And finally, Westcombe Park look to hold up their man. For a second there is rest, but they have to release. There's not a lot on here at all for the Tunbridge Juddians, who are just so relieved to have won the ball back. Another turnover on the deck.
It's tapped, it's got games on.
There's the tap, we're off and running. Great line speed from Tunbridge Juddians. How on earth they have the energy to get up in the face is beyond me. This is a silky run to the far wing, looking for the offload. It's a wonderful pickup. What a carry this is to get Westcombe Park on the front foot. Bardwell battling away.
Release rate.
Good counter ruck, but just too eager.
It's getting messy. All right, we didn't see a release there. Put Bill Bain on the floor. First thing I saw was great infringement, so blue
penalty for Westcombe Park. This is it. That's the call from the coach on the sideline. Again, they look to go to the short side. It's a massive hit, but it still comes Westcombe Park's way. Dancing footwork. In comes the fend, and now they're inches short.
Tackle release.
Tackle release is eventually the call. Can they swing it right to left here? Will it come for Westcombe Park? First receiver might go himself, ships it on. It's great line speed again from Tunbridge to close it down. Back into traffic. Bundling through bodies. Boswell's over it. What a clear out to keep it alive. Can Westcombe Park do anything here with broken field? It's a 4-on-1. Can they finish? A last-ditch tackle to bring them down. Still we play.
Come forward there off blue.
It's been knocked on by Westcombe Park. And still we play.
You can see all eyes around the pitch are focused in on that ball and which way is it going to go?
Now Bardwell has completely emptied the tank here with another massive intervention on the deck. He does well to get to his feet. There's another man down for Tunbridge. And I start to wonder at what point we call this game and we give it because of Westcombe Park scoring first. Or it could be because Tunbridge were the highest seeded side coming into this.
All right, boys.
Graham's been sent in
and we're going to come back
do
down
some
for a red
talking.
scrub. So take a second.
I might try and make some kind of a change to how it's being run.
Well, there wasn't, you know, we've had such free scoring across the Friday night Super League that I think the players are leaving the field and we'll have to await Graham's adjudication. Well, as over he comes, the tournament organiser, to let us know what's happening.
Under 18.
So, rock, paper, scissors was suggested, but we want to keep it more rugby relevant, so I'm going to go get a tee. They're picking 3 kickers from each team, and we're going to see who's the best at conversions.
After 10 minutes of golden point, it's a penalty shootout to decide the finalists of the Shield. Haven't seen a penalty shootout since the St Joseph's College Festival a couple of months ago, where the hosts went through in a thrilling game against Berkhamsted. We've seen them in that tournament a few times, but this is the first ever penalty shootout in the Friday Night Lights Super League. 3 kickers each in front of the post here at Waterhall to decide the finalists. And it's the right call, because 10 minutes of golden point, that's another entire half without a score. Nothing to split these sides.
Yeah, we heard how apparently one of the options that was suggested was rock, paper, scissors, and I don't think that would have gone over too well with any of the players after such an effort.
Drop goal or
I think off a tee, even the referee's just come to check with me. I'm not the man to ask. I believe Graham has got the tee, and we're into a penalty shootout.
Okay.
All eyes are on those
It's going to a
posts.
penalty shootout for the goal.
You can see not just these teams' players, but I mean every single team it seems that took part in this tournament is trying to see which way this is going to go.
Do drop goal. Drop goal or from team.
Well, Graham's over to explain the adjudication. Penalty shootout, 3 kickers each. I believe kicking into those posts as you see them in front of us here. Because after 10 minutes of golden point, we were discussing various options. You know, first try scored, most points scored across the tournament maybe, highest seeding. But in the end, as Graham said, we want to keep it rugby related.
It has been such an evenly sided match on both ends. West Ham having those moments of aggression, let down sadly by their discipline and by having those penalties, pushing them further back.
Tonbridge Julians fought from 10-0 down to score in the final play, and they have earned themselves a penalty shootout. 3 kickers each, and you might think a very harsh decision at under 12 level where there aren't conversions, but I will attest that there are definitely at least 3 lads in these two sides who kick on a regular basis, or who certainly fancy themselves as fly halves, knowing that kicking is coming into the game very shortly.
Yeah, at this level you tend to find players who they've made the decision of where they want to go in the match, in the game, sorry, and what positions they want to play. And as you say, that's quite a big one to choose.
You have the choice from the tee or from the drop goal, whichever you prefer. So, drop goal.
So David Bush, Thomas Stoop, and Lenny Spins are the 3 selected for Westcombe Park. And we should, of course, remind us, in the drama, in the height of the situation, that these are under 12s. I know the quality might make it easy to forget, but whatever happens at the end of this penalty shootout, it has been a game of serious quality, and it's knocked over by Oakley Tremont for the opening penalty, slotted by Tonbridge Julians. 1-0 up as things stand.
In line with this, give or take near it. Yeah, when you're ready.
Second penalty, it just drifts wide. Advantage to the Tonbridge Julians. We had 3 home nations knocked out of World Cup qualification in the game of football last night. 2 of them on penalty shootouts. We know how cruel they can be. Up steps Green.
Yeah, that was Thomas Stoop taking that previous one for the Julians.
So unfortunate for the young player. Real talent. He's had a fantastic tournament.
As I said to them, I'm giving the option of both.
And of course...
No, I said it's an option of both, and I said to them all at the start as well.
Well, there's a bit of frustration here because Tonbridge Julians chose to drop kick.
I gave them the option,
but you had the option of a tee or to drop kick it. So we'll continue on here. James Green.
Once again, Graham's been sent in to mediate.
Green, straight down the middle. Tonbridge Julians 1 up. Well, that is controversial because the referee's clearly said he gave the option to the players. Do you want to drop kick? Do you want to use the tee? The drop kick was favoured by Tonbridge, and it was favoured by David Bush, who slots it over as well to keep Westcombe in the game. But if Tonbridge Julians can convert from this simple position, then they have gone through. It's Will Coombs who steps up to take the drop kick. Coombs to send Tonbridge Julians through to the Shield final. He's done it!
You can see the celebratory action by the Julians team. After such a well-played match, so evenly sided, they've gone through to the Shield final.
Well, there was no easy way to decide that absolute cracker of a contest. In the end, it came down to one slight miss-hit. And that will decide it. It's a final for Tonbridge Julians, the 5th place side, who going into today perhaps deserved a place in a final of some kind. They really should have headed through to the Cup semi-final, beaten by Pulborough, who they will now meet for a rematch in that plate final later on today. But what a moment
I think you've got to feel for the Westcombe Park side as well. They did such an amazing effort getting their first win of the entire Friday Night Lights tournament this evening. An incredible move.
Well, no time to take it in. We are straight through to the Cup semi-finals. Two sides you've yet to see here today. It is going to be Haven taking on Hove in a Cup semi-final.
Come on then, boys! Who's making the first hit? Come on!
So it's Haven who'll kick us off. Beautiful kit that they've got, the pink and pale blue trim. They have already beaten Hove today in pretty commanding fashion, but anything can happen in the semi-final, as we saw in the last game. Hove will receive the kickoff in the blue and red. Haven to kick us off, and Austin's alongside me for this one. He had the pleasure of taking in these two earlier today, and well, there are certainly a set of favourites out there.
Absolutely, it was a monstrous performance by Haven earlier today, but as you see, when it's the knockouts, when it's semi-finals, it just invigorates a different type of passion out of these teams. I'm surprised you still have a voice left after the spectacle that we all just witnessed. But here we go, it's Haven Hove again.
Haven put it deep, and Hove cleanly collect. And, well, it will be a tough one for both sides here after Haven's earlier win.
Off your feet, Hove, leave it! Off your feet, Hove!
And I think Haven might have it back here from the kickoff. It did go loose, and they go to the short side. It's Parry. Well, watch out for Arlo Whittle there. He'll be onto this hard ball off of Jack McCann. McCann skips out this time, goes to Morgan. Morgan takes on two. Well dealt with by Hove. Big chance for Haven early in this semi-final, but a counter ruck from Hove, just about dug out by the men in pink and blue. Hard line from Parker Whitehouse.
Tackle there, release, Hove.
Down just a few inches short.
No release in the tackle, penalty.
And a penalty there, no release as Whitehouse tried to get to deck, and he'll go again here. Opening score, Arlo Whittle dives in from close range. He's a lengthy figure at under 12's level. He always backed him from 5 yards out.
Yeah, it's the same old story from what we saw earlier. A bit more of a selfless display from Whittle earlier, more creative, but we're seeing his power and fruition today, and that's a fantastic try to open the scoring.
Well collected off the kickoff from Hove, and it's a winding run to get over the gain line.
Haven off your feet, leave it.
Haven off their feet there, as the referee said. And what will Hove do from here? Good shape on the pass, but the line speed from Haven, relentless. Nice ball round the corner. Kick it is the call from the sideline, but they'll try and run it here. What a shot to dislodge possession. Arlo Whittle laying down a marker early in this final, but he is one to watch. They just about get it away. Delightful hands from Candy. Hove now on defensive duties. Whittle spots half a gap and saunters home. And Hove concede a second. And this semi-final is going much the way of their final group game from a few minutes ago. Feels like hours ago, given all the drama we've had here, Austin.
Absolutely, but I'm getting a sense of deja vu here already. It's a tremendous thing from Willow. It's no wonder his coaches single him out as their main talisman. And he's just encapsulating his talent here. Fantastic second try.
Hove let it bounce, good pickup. Good direct running.
Tackle that.
But they're straight over the ball. They're queuing up at the breakdown. And they win it back. Who emerges from the bottom of the pile? Well, I think it's Rex Cruddas.
When you're ready.
It's a very relentless approach this from Haven.
They skip out Whittle this time. It's McCann. Lovely step from Cruddas, who won the penalty. Cruddas opens up here, somehow flings it away for Willie Clift.
Off your feet, Hove, leave it.
The man down for Hove on this near side, so defending a player down, but defending excellently well, making a real mess of it at the breakdown. It should come back for Haven. And they take it straight to the line, but too close to the player in need of some attention.
Right, boys, take it easy.
It's well officiated there, just to stop it, make sure players' health and safety always comes first here. You never like to see this, but it is paramount that our players stay in shape.
I think he's going to be back to his feet in just a moment. Nothing too serious to worry about here. Over on the other pitch, of course, pitch 2, it's a repeat of the thrilling 10-all draw we saw in the early stages of this pool stage. It's Brighton, the host, taking on Camberley for a place in the final and a chance to face this undefeated Haven side. 6 from 6 coming into tonight to another win in the final pool stage game. They're looking a serious outfit, and Will Morgan's getting ready to run the hard line off the back of this scrum. Macy to feed. Hove with their backs to the wall halfway through this first half.
Hove, on the go with gloves.
If you're wondering where the plate final is, we did have a unbelievable semi which went 10 minutes into overtime, so we are running slightly behind here. It is only the first half of this cup semi-final, and the shield final, as it's known, will come. Ball on the inside for Cruddas. What an elusive runner he is. Darcy Graham-esque in the way he carries. Macy, Whittle, ball over the top for Morgan. Third try already.
It went backwards.
For Haven.
Hope kick or receive. 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 Yep.
Well, you said deja vu, Austin. I think that trend might be continuing here.
Absolutely, and it's nothing less than they deserve. I think we've seen it not just tonight, but across all 3 nights of the FNL. They just don't take their foot off the gas. They smell blood and they pounce at every opportunity to extend their lead.
And to be fair to Hove, we've heard from various sources, they're not at completely full strength tonight after the rearrangement of this third tie. They've been a serious outfit throughout, as it's been knocked on in the contact and haven't come away with it and go looping wide. Morgan pass behind him. Oh, how close there did it come for Hove to break away, but unfortunately will come all the way back for the scrum on the far side. Well, the host Brighton have scored on the pitch behind us, so that tie will certainly be closer than this one as things stand. 4 minutes to go in this first half, and Haven looking for their first final. Heading into the championship game of the FNL. We will, of course, have the plate to come before that.
Balls out.
Whittle, dinked out the back. McCann skips through one, floats it over the top. Clift, oh, it's always backwards. Cruddas, oh, delightful run from Cruddas. Tiptoeing down the touchline. What an effort from Cruddas. He hasn't come down as kindly on the soft Waterhall grass.
It's in touch here.
But he went flying through the air. An unbelievable effort from Cruddas.
I believe his coach has described him as the fastest kid in this tournament, and you see it there. Once the afterburners were on, there was barely any catching him, but as you say, he got knocked flying into touch there and seems to be back to his feet now.
Yeah, good to see Cruddas back up amongst us, but what an effort that was. It is going to be a free throw for Hove, because he was knocked into touch. And the clearance kick comes in. It's a beautiful kick, and it bounces over the touchline right under us here at the comms box. What a nudge from Hove.
Haven, it's your free pass here.
Macy with the free pass then.
When you're ready.
They've got the back move lined up here. Macy letting us all know.
Quickly, Hove.
They've got to get on with it here. Macy. Whittle. Gets his head down, Whittle. And look at him go! Whittle accelerates through to score.
Try scored.
Arlo Whittle with a fine finish. Well, they had something planned. It all went peaked on pretty quick there. But doesn't matter when you've got Arlo Whittle lined up to go through and score.
Absolutely, that's sharpness of mind and fleetness of foot. He picks it up, he's got one thing in mind, and that's how direct can I be? He barges past everyone, and wow, there's nothing really more you can say about Olowito. He's been a star of this tournament.
You got to respect a player who reacts so quickly when things don't go right. They did have some kind of back move set up from the free throw, but then Whittle looked around, saw it wasn't ready, and said, well, there's always plan B.
Yeah, there's always another option when you're a walking Armageddon of a man, and that it's as best as I could describe him.
Of course, under 12 level, you know, players develop differently in size and strength, but Whittle does have a great skill set. He's not just big and quick, he's got lovely hands, he's a good tackler. Bright future for the number 8. Hove, though, with a good attacking set here, taken right to the line. Good offloads. And in cutting off his wing comes the Hove man. He might go all the way round the houses. What a tackle, though. Well, it's a brilliant shot to win the free throw in the end, because that was really dangerous from Hove. Macy. McCann finds the forwards. Barbara.
Roll away, Hove.
Roll away is the call. It comes back for Macy. McCann looks to find Whittle, does well to keep hold of it. Hove over the ball. Great counter ruck from Hove, and they win it back here, but hands on the deck.
Penalty haven't.
Penalty haven't. Well, there's the music. We are into the last play of the end of the first half. I'm sure Hammond will look to run it here. McCann. Over the top, nice option. Who will it bounce for? Morgan's racing after it. Well, in fact, it's picked up by Leo Hall. Excellent work. Macy. Oh, switch on the inside for Whitehouse. Stripped in the tackle. But you love to see that kind of flair. Havant will head into half-time with their heads held high. They lead by 20 unanswered points. Having already beaten Hove in the final pool stage of the day, they'll be very confident, Austin, they can cling on to this lead as the second half awaits us.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see from Hove what they can bring in the early stages of the second half, because right now it is all one-way traffic, and Havant, it seems inevitable that they book their ticket to the final, but we've got 10 more minutes of riveting action to await us.
Well, they've had to pull out all the stops, Havant, to get over the line against Hove, but it's served them well so far. They lead by 20 at the break. Second half soon to get underway here in our championship semi-final of the Friday Night Lights Super League. Havant lead by 20 points to nil. 4 tries up on the receiving end of this kickoff from Hove. Hove in the maroon and blue, now left to right in the second half. 10 minutes to go. As we're just double checking that they've got the right number of players, Havant, in the pink and blue. Certainly the best kit of the tournament.
I'm quite fond of it, and the last night we saw they had to turn their shirts inside out to avoid a kit clash, so nice to see them turn up in some nice style today.
Kick clash with who? Who could they possibly clash with in the pink and light blue?
No, it was in the white and black last week against Pulborough.
I see. Well,
it was the referee had to stop it because he couldn't tell who was who.
Deep kick-off from Hove. They've caused some real problems here. Having to scramble back, and it's a penalty. Hove. Big chance for Hove at the start of the second half. Brighton score early in the start of the second half over on pitch 2 and haven't pinch it back on the deck. Well, I think it's going to be another penalty for Hove. Another chance for them to get on the board. Big strong carry. I think he's laid it down an inch short, so it should come back for Hove. Another penalty. Third in quick succession. They've got to soften up a little bit in the contact here, haven't? That's 3 penalties at the breakdown they've given away. Whose ball is it here? Pick and go! Still short. Hove still have it. Counter ruck by Haven. It comes loose and it's flicked off the deck and it's cleared away. Great reactions there by Nathan Macy. And it rolls into touch. And unfortunately just came off the winger there for Hove, who I'd love to see more of. A ginger winger who's been great so far, but it's going to be Macy from the free throw after it deflects off that man into touch. McCann, short line, on come the forward replacements here. Good counter ruck by Hove. They've certainly slowed down this Haven attack. It comes loose, Macy drops onto it. In comes Candy to get it away. Morgan looks to put boot to ball. It eventually comes to Morgan off the deck. Haven't still have it. Penalty advantage. High tackle. High tackle, no advantage coming. Macy wants it as scrum half. He's going to leave it for Matteo Kret. Here's Kret. Head down. He takes contact. Great counter-ruck from Hove again. And it comes to the big man, who wastes no time in breaking away. Oh, there's a swarm of light blue and pink here, trying to drag Hove into touch. And it will come back for Haven there.
There's just a sea of bodies there. No room whatsoever for Hove to break away. It's just a relentless press this from Haven.
Relentless indeed. Macy to feed. McCann poised at first receiver. Couple of changes at the break, but around the corner comes Cronus. What a runner he can be, with a bit of space in front of him. I think if you're called Rex, you just have to be fast. Otherwise, what's going on there? Great carry from Matteo Kret. Second half substitute for Haven, who lead by 20 in this championship semi-final. If you're looking for the plate competition, we are delayed. And the plate, which is rebranded the Shield, will be later on. Crossfield looking for Morgan, but it's overcooked by Jack McCann. So after a golden point semi-final in the Shield, that Shield final has been pushed back, and the championship final will be even later. Probably around 8:45 it will kick off.
And if that plate final's anything like what we saw in the semis, we're in for one hell of a match.
Kick straight into touch, which you unfortunately can't do at under 12 level. So free throw in a very promising area for Haven. 6 minutes to go in this semi-final. And you can hear the coach on the near side still flooding on the instructions despite the lead. McCann, parry. You know, I really enjoy the fact that they've given us a distinction between the two number 2s as a hair colour, despite the fact they both wear scrum hats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, slap down in midfield, and it's a penalty advantage. Morgan accelerates. What a tackle from Hove to bring him down. They rush into the breakdown. Macy, McCann, it has to go wide now. One more should do it, but Cronus might go himself. Oh, what a last-ditch tackle. Ball had to go. Still haven't have it. Pick and go! And it's scored. And who will pick himself up from the bottom of that pile? I believe it's Willie Clift.
That's terrific from Clift, and also all the legwork from Rex Crudders in beforehand. Rex roars his way through the defence, and then just the quickness to just pick it up and then, well, potentially put this beyond Hove's reach.
I think Rex Crudders is a great player, but he absolutely had to give that pass.
Yes.
I'll only bring it up because you're up by 25, Rex, and you scored in the end. But next time, when it's a 3-on-1, use the ball. Seriously, fantastic runner, Rex Crudders. Great footwork. Great return carry from Hove in the meantime from the kickoff. What can they do here, Hove? They scramble in defence, though. Haven't. They're so brave in the tackle. Big shot from Morgan. Brilliant hit. And the usual carriers for Hove, who I imagine do so much damage, are being well marshalled by Haven't here. Have they got a second game plan, Hove? Good option down the short side. Bit of space opens up.
Backwards again.
Always backwards, but then a foot in touch. Good defence by the soon-to-be championship finalists.
Yeah, they're always so quick to every ball. It just feels like Hove are being suffocated into their own half here. And that's what's made Haven't such a good team. They just look the complete package. Offensively, they're relentless. Defensively, they're astute.
Chipped over the top, Crudders in pursuit. What a battle! And Crudders comes up with it, but his offload is straight into the hands of the opposition winger. His pass out wide is ambitious, but is off target. I love the attacking kicks from Haven't, something you really rarely see at this level. But they really back Crudders and Morgan out wide to get on the end of it.
Absolutely, and you love to see young players trying it as well. The intuition to try some of these things. Not only are they playing well, it seems like they're having fun doing it.
Scrum, though, will be Hove's. 3 minutes to go. And their tournament looks to be coming to an end with 2 big defeats, both against Haven't, after a fantastic tournament for them. Big clearance kick, spiral bomb. Love to see the shape on it, but here's Crudders with broken field. Crudders around 1, Crudders around 2, Crudders beats 3. It's Crudders for the corner. It's a fantastic score.
Try scored.
There aren't even any posts for him to slide down under, but he still comes centrally regardless. That is a fine finish, and if you put a player like Crudders in the backfield, you will always be able to challenge from these long kicks. It's a great kick, but how about this for a finish?
When you're ready, Haven't.
It's unbelievable, and just no one can get near him once he starts running. There's a reason he's got his reputation for his speed, but just he looks the complete package as well, and it's nothing less than Haven't deserve. This is terrific from them, and they are spearheading their way into the final.
After 2 big wins, though, in the pool stage and the semi-final, when they take on a side like Brighton and Camberley, who have faced each other twice as well today, and are in 2 really close games, one feels that those close games might set up a side better for a final than these sort of walk-ins for Haven't.
I'd have to agree with you. I think they haven't maybe had the experience of digging their heels in just as much in Brighton and Camberley. That ebb and flow of a back and forth game. It's been more one-way traffic here for Haven't. But
switch on the inside is just a hit forward off the hands of Nathan Macy. But they will be confident, that you can say. They will be at full force, so to speak, at under 12 level. They'll be full of confidence. Scrum for Hove. About a minute to go. As Camberley score a crucial score over on pitch 2 that may well have won them the game. We will have the plate final after this, which you may well be tuning in for. Don't worry, it is coming, as Hove clear it downfield. Pulborough to take on the Tonbridge Juddians, whose penalty shootout has left us a little bit delayed here. Some nice footwork from Clift, and he gets the ball away. And it is a high tackle, so it is a penalty advantage for Haven't.
High tackle, penalty Hove.
That's terrific, Clift. Capitalise on the space down the left-hand side and just go for the jugular.
McCann, chipped in behind by Clift. It's going to be swept up at the back here by Hove. Oh, but it's been spilt!
Try scored.
And it's been latched upon by Crudders, who has a double to take Haven't through to the championship game.
Isn't that just the icing on the cake for Haven't? They've been tremendous, and yeah, they've made this scoreline look pretty handsome.
My sincere apologies to Hove. It was the commentator's curse that struck there as the rain just dribbled down. It's wet turf, and I take full responsibility for calling that one too soon. In the meantime, though, the result was never in doubt. A fantastic performance by Havant, who continue undefeated. They will face either Camberley or Brighton in the championship game. But first, we will have, in just a few moments' time, the plate final, live here on pitch 1. The live stream on pitch 2 comes to an end, but there's still action to be had here. 2 games, in fact. First, the plate, where Pulborough have made it through with just their 2nd win of the competition. And they'll be taking on Tonbridge Juddians, who missed out on a chance in the semi-finals against Pulborough, who have already beaten them tonight. Sets it up really nicely.
They have indeed, and Pulborough, again, going into tonight, had yet to win a game, and you talk about the magic of knockout, really bringing the best out of teams, and they look like an outfit possessed. They've come to fight, and they just look fantastic. Can they go all the way and win the plate?
So it looks like Camberley have beaten Brighton, so they'll face Havant in that cup final later. But up first, it's the plate, which has been rebranded as the Shield. It's the Shield final, and it's going to be a tasty encounter between the Tonbridge Juddians and Pulborough. We'll be back in just a few moments' time for that one, live here at Waterhall at the Friday Night Lights Super League.
we are really nearly ready to go in this plate final. For this one, it'll be Pulborough versus TJ's Tunbridge Juddians in the plate final. A chance for silverware for both teams who come into tonight. Pulborough hadn't won a game before tonight, and they've won 3 in a row now. Oh, 2 in a row to be here. If they win this, it will be 3 in a row and still claim some silverware. Unbelievable start to their night so far. Can they cap it off with a win here? I've got Tim with me. Tim, what are some of your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think the Tunbridge Juddians are certainly going to be doing their most after that last match they played against Westcombe Park. They were almost worn out by the end of it for how long it went into overtime, ending with as we saw, the sort of the penalty shootout there, which ultimately the Juddians won.
Absolutely. Well, it's Tim Forster and Ethan Cowler taking you through this one. And the plate final, hotly contested, I'm sure. Both teams look up for it. Both teams have had a break of the last over the semi-finals in the Cup. And both teams are now ready to compete in this one. It'll be a Pulborough kickoff.
2, 1, game on!
Up into the sky then as rain falls onto this pitch. And it's that number 11, that's Alex Clark taking it straight through into contact and getting into the Pulborough half. It's a great first carry in this one. And a free kick immediately for TJs as Pulborough come into the ruck off their feet. It's given now to that wing. But a knock-on advantage, says the referee. And Pulborough have the chance to get on the ball for the first time in this one. Given out to the back, so down this left flank now. He's got a man over with him. Can he use him if he needs him? I believe it's Toby Page taking that into contact and keeping it. And it's really well rucked over. It's Paradise out stretching the teams left and right now as the Juddians look to cope with this press.
One of the key tactics of the Juddians in their match against Westcombe Park was making the most out of those penalties that come up.
There's Paradise into Bailey. Bailey taking on 3 or 4 and making good ground for it. As it's into contact again and ripped away, but referee says there's hands in the ruck and it'll be a free kick to Pulborough. Coming up the pitch then, and they've got men over on this left hand side if they can use them. Page into Frankie Farrow. They've still got a break here. There's pick and go from Paradise. And he's got Toby Page with him. Toby Page holding off one and scores in the left-hand corner. Pulborough take the lead in the final. Early on here.
Yeah, getting a try like that within the first 2 minutes of play is always key to your motivation, because you have that early advantage, you have that early momentum, and you can hopefully carry that through, certainly to half-time.
It's excellent work from Paradise with the pick and go and the offload, and there's no stopping Toby Page from there.
I said no pickle, no pickle.
And we're back underway then. It's Juddians let the kick go out for a throw back in.
Sharky, give me a little cackle.
And the Juddians will take it. It's number 7, that's Henry Aldridge. He gives it to a supporting player, and there's a pack ready. That's Ned Collins taking the ball into contact yet again, and a great tackle comes in hard and low there from Pulborough. And the ruck's in from Juddians, and they protect the ball nicely. That's a great pass out to the left-hand side. It's back and forth now as the game breaks out a little bit more. And Juddians now going left and right, and there's the supporting man there on the wing. He's stepped back inside, he's got Collins for support, and now it's a Mull. Now into the ruck.
Taken out by Aldridge there.
And now Juddians have men over on this left flank, and they've got another pass in them. And he's just been closed down, but he stepped back inside, about so close to the line, now about 5 metres or so. And now they're going back over to the right-hand side. It's Ned Collins. Oh, he's just lost the ball forwards as he approached it. And the referee will bring it back for that scrum. TJ's looking dangerous when they're spreading the ball from the left to the right to the left, just making the Pulborough players work hard, and eventually I'm sure they'll find an opening from it. That was so really unfortunate that the ball just slipped out of Ned Collins' hands there.
Yeah, Poolborough getting a turnover though is very good for them because they're in a dangerous position so close to their lines.
As the ball comes over to the commentary booth there from the clearance. But the Juddians will have the throw. And it is from Aldridge then to take. Into contact with number 2. That's the name on our sheet is Fezzer. Now Collins. For a counter ruck comes in from Poolborough. Paradise can pick up. And Paradise takes it round the ruck. And now they've got some support here to Poolborough, and they've got a break on. And there's another man over. And I think it's that man Page again. Running through down the right-hand side this time. They've picked the Juddians off. And they've got their second try of the final.
Yeah, you can see the pace on him. He had nobody in front of him, no one to catch him out. And he just had space to go and run and clear it and get the try, and he did.
It was great work initially by Paradise to take the ball out the back of the ruck and find his man in support. Makes a break brilliantly, number 15, that's Freddie Bury. And that was Page again, who puts it down for his second and Poolborough's second in this final. After about 5 minutes of this one. But Juddians back onto the ball after kick-off then. Got a slight technical difficulty in our top left, and Poolborough are 10-0 up. But Juddians looking good so far as well, in possession. Unfortunate to be picked out twice. But Poolborough ripped the ball again. It's been strong defensively from Poolborough so far.
You have to remember the Tunbridge themselves were down initially in their first half against Western Park, but made a terrific comeback.
Just intercepted possibly by Juddians. There's a bit of a loose ball, but the referee does call it back for an early infringement. It'll be a scrum down to Poolborough after a knock-on. Couple cries for intensity from the TJ's coaches, and it will be a Poolborough put in and a chance maybe to apply some pressure for the Juddians on the Poolborough players.
I've been waiting the entire fucking night for this.
It'll be Paradise to put it in. It comes straight back out to him, and he's got some support here. He's taken into contact by number 10, that's Roddy Claycall. And it's Bailey down the right hand side.
The TJs have learnt their lesson though, they've covered off that corner now. Page won't be able to make his usual run.
Stopped in his tracks there, but it's back with Paradise. Might be looking for a pick and go here, but no, it's back out through the legs of Cleghorn, but it's Page again. Into contact as the wind takes effect here in Brighton, but Poolborough click through and out to touch for a Juddians put in again. Juddians looking for a way back into this one, and they've got a decent opportunity here just inside the Poolborough half. But the Poolborough line is set up as we just await the ball to come back. And looks to be that number 2 to take it in. That's Fezzer again. Into play, but it's ripped away really nicely by Poolborough. And now they've got some support, but 7, Aldridge wins it back for them. And it's out to 17.
We saw there an amazing turnover by the Poolborough side, but he didn't have anyone there just to support him. And as you say, TJ's over to immediately get it back.
Tunbridge Juddians again looking to stretch the play left and right, and they win another free kick inside the Poolborough half, and it's out here, and it's number 11 Alex Clark into the corner. He's got one man to beat, but what a tackle that is from 15 Freddie Bury, and out it comes for Poolborough, but it's loose, and it's number 8, that's Thomas Bolton, takes it back in, but great ruck again by Poolborough.
Again, we're seeing the ball come back and forth between the two teams, almost on a constant. There's no real sense as to who is dominating in terms of possession.
As the referee does this pull, we've got a slight injury in this frantic first half. It's been a little bit back and forth, a bit basketballish, and both these teams really want their hands on silverware at the end of this one.
That being said, it is Pulborough who have pulled ahead so far. About 9 minutes on the clock. We'll be waiting for the DJ to indicate the last play of the first half. As he tells us, there's 1 more minute of the first half to go here.
Yeah, you can see the TJs discussing tactics between themselves.
The fans and coaches and players and families for a scrum down, and it will be a Pulborough put in here. About 40 seconds left. Paradise put in and taken out again. Here's Cleghorn into contact but held. Really nicely offloaded, and now a break on for Pulborough. Coming up to halfway for them. That's number 6. That's Frankie Farrow. Paradise. It's a great break on here by Page.
Again down that wing. He really loves doing those runs down the wing.
Bailey nearly away from his 2 final defenders, but can't quite get past them. It's Paradise. Out finds Page. Taking the ball up again, it's Page. And it's still going Page. And he's round the outside here. And he's going to put it down for Pulborough's 3rd on the stroke of half time.
Yeah, I think that's Page's 3rd try as well here. And that will give the team a bonus when it comes to the table at the end, because of course 3 tries in a row, 3 tries in a match gives you a bonus of 1 point.
Now that is half time. It's a great run by Page yet again for his hat trick, and Pulborough's 3rd of the evening too, as they've got 1 foot and 1 hand on the plate. A really impressive first half display from them.
Pulborough have shown up tonight and really shown what they can do. I think the TJs will be definitely discussing about what needs to change in the second half to try and get onto the scoring board and to land out their first try.
Pulborough do really look tonight like a team reborn in this tournament, and they're looking to go on this kind of miracle run to the final A, and then to go to the final here and be ahead by 3 tries at half time. No one could have thought it, but here we are. Take nothing away from Tunbridge Juddians though either. They've come forward nicely and they've had a few opportunities. Unlucky down the right flank maybe to get stopped so close, and unfortunate for them, but they're attacking nicely still. It's just Pulborough have this ability just to break off, and they've got their rewards for it.
Yeah, we've seen several runs by the Pulborough team, which is just sort of, they find a gap, they make it through, and then there's no one there to stop. They just can't really be stopped. They've got the fast enough feet to just carry it through to the Tunbridge try line.
The team huddles disband. Juddians with some final words of wisdom from their coaches before they return to the playing area and switch ends for the second half in the final. 10 minutes left in this plate tournament, the knockout stages of Friday night Super League action. We've got the cup final for you after this one, with Camberley versus Havant in that game. But for now, with 10 minutes left in the second half, can Tunbridge get back into this one, or will Pulborough hold on to the win? Let's find out as we get back underway for the second half.
It's kicked by Oakley Tremont. Lands in the hands of, I believe, the number 15 there.
Yep, that's Freddie Burry taking it up into contact before the ruck comes in. And Pulborough can keep the ball here. It's offloaded nicely to Page. Oh, that's 16, that's Tommy Davis. But it's really well done by the TJ's 18, James Green, who wins the ball back and takes it into contact, and now Tunbridge with a chance to bring the ball forward. And it comes out to that wing there, the right wing, and taken back inside by number 15, I believe, Whitey. Before being stopped in their tracks, but still momentum with the Juddians. He's gone around the outside here. But Pulborough players stopped to it pretty quickly, but
Stopped by Fezzer.
Still with possession then, it's Tremont. Now
Bolton.
Cox, and 11, it's Clark. Down on this left flank, is he over? He is! Julians have one back early on in the second half, and they've reduced the deficit.
Yeah, I don't know what their coaches said to them in this first in half time, but it certainly worked. They've managed to find that pace, find that first try, and hopefully for them, their comeback starts now.
Out it came. It's a lovely pass over to Alex Clark. Breaks free from one, wriggles through three others, and puts it down for Tonbridge's first. And we're back underway as the ball does go dead. It's tapped down by TJs. For a free kick to Pulborough, 5 yards out. It puts Julians back onto their line. Oh no, it'll be a dropout, sorry. It'll be a dropout for Julians. And a chance to kick us off properly after that TJ's try.
It's going to be taken by Tremont. As I say, they want to get as far away from their own lines as possible here.
And it's straight into the arms of Frankie Farrow, and he takes on one, takes on two before he's caught. And the ball now with Paradise again. Out the back it goes, over to that left flank, and they've got a man over here. It's that number 13, Seb Louis, before he's brought down expertly by Alex Clark, the try scorer for Julians. Page back into contact. Paradise back on the ball for Pulborough. It's number 10, Roddy Cleghorn, and he's found his man in support, and he's so close to the line. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. Pulborough have a fourth on 13 minutes. A direct, strong running try.
Yeah, you can see that was an immediate response to that try from the Tunbridge side. Pulborough desperate to keep their cushion of 15 points.
Just working out who scored it. That's Farrow. It was Farrow who goes in and scores for Pulborough and cements another try into the books. And it's Judians coming forward then. And it's intercepted nicely by number 13, that's Seb Louis. It will be a Pulborough ball out the back of it. Inside their own half now, but that's a great break. And a kick through, and it's Bailey on the charge. Bailey picks up the ball, it bounces kindly for him. It's into Page. Page back into trouble and wrapped over by the TJs, but Pulborough...
That's some excellent rucking by the Tunbridge side there.
And they do get back on the ball.
Pulborough the ball.
And they do get on it now, and the ball's spread over to that right wing.
That's
and it's Ned Collins, and he's still going Collins, 4 metres away from the try line. Out it comes by the Judians, but it's loose in the middle of the park, but it will be picked up by Pulborough and Paradise. Now Bailey taking on 2 or 3, but it's ripped away by Judians. A few metres away from the line.
Yeah, it was getting messy play though. You could see it. Rotherham had a few attempts by the Pulborough side to clear it, missing the ball actually. It's
picked up and wrapped up straight into contact again by the Judians. And he's still making yards here with a few spins, but needs to release the ball and does. And it's 16. It's Cody Bowman who wins the free kick for Judians. It's Tremont. Collins, he's got a man over, does he need him? Collins goes for the line, doesn't make it. Still short.
You see they're agonisingly close to that line. They want to try and add to their scoreline to try and shorten the gap to the
And a
Pulborough
free
side.
kick is given to the TJs, and it'll be 15 white to take. And to Tomo. And he's made a charge for the line, and it's down! Julian's half Pulborough's score. And they're still in this, Julians.
Yeah, we've still got just under 5 minutes of this half left. It's still, I think, very much all to play for, given the amount of, given the side that the TJs have tonight.
Yeah, it was a really strong run by Tomo, is the name we've got given to us, and down it goes for Julian's second. And Pulborough will get us back underway. Do not go anywhere. What a 4 minutes we've got in store here. As Julians collect the kickoff. And up it comes. It's a good handoff before being wrapped up by the second man. But TJ's still with the ball.
Taken out by Whitey. Pass over to Tomo again.
Into the arms of Tremont. Before it's knocked forwards, but it'll be play on. And an advantage played by the referee. And no advantage is coming, so they'll come back for the scrum to Pulborough.
Let's go, Borough! Let's go next gear!
Pulborough put into this one. They've got men either side, on this blind side and also on the far left flank. As Julian sort out their defensive line. The ball in, and it's contested scrum. And this time it's 15 that comes out with it, but the referee spots something wrong. And there's another scrum down for Pulborough to put in. Only kickers can contest, and Paradise this time secures it for Pulborough. Now, I think that's Page coming forward. He's found Bailey on the right flank, and he's got man support, but the ball just goes out of play from the offload. And it'll be Julians again with a chance to attack. They'll come past halfway here. Up they go, it's number 2, it's Fezzer. Into contact with 15,
Pass on to
Whitey.
Whitey there, number 15. Comes here to the, I believe that's number 16. That's James Cody Bowman. Apologies.
But he's held up, and there'll be a scrum down to Pulborough. 2 minutes left in this final. Will Pulborough hold on and win the plate?
You see here, when these scrums emerge, it shows small cracks in the discipline of a team. When these penalties come through, you can make an amazing offensive move, and then have that if a scrum comes and a turnover is allowed, it
Here's
just slows you
Pulborough
down.
with 15. It's Freddie Burry again. Brings up some yards for the team, but it's held on for too long on the ground, and it'll be a TJ's free kick.
They take it quickly. It passes over to Tomo here.
Into contact and stopped just inside the Pulborough half. Number 2 there, Fezzer. He takes a roll and gets the ball back out for Tunbridge, and here they come down the left. They've got men over if they need them. Tremont goes over. The referee blows his whistle for an injury. Killed the momentum somewhat with a minute to go here in this plate final. Pulborough look to have secured it here in the second half.
Quick team recap here by the TJs. There are 10 points down, 1 minute to go. But games like these can change very, very quickly.
The referee is calling down for a scrum to the TJs. Can they take advantage and get another try on the board?
They're very, very close to the Pulborough line here. Just the right attacking move could land them their 3rd try of the game.
Absolutely, I think if Pulborough did win the ball back here, they would kick it out as the music plays, indicating full time here. But it's one more chance for the Juniors. It's Fezzer out to 6. That's Cox. Cox makes it to the line.
An incredible sidestep there. Amazing footwork, finding that gap, finding the line, and landing that 3rd try.
And is there one play to go here? Is there one more chance for the Julians? It's 4-3 to Pulborough at the moment in terms of tries. We're seeing this one again. It's erosive work.
See here, Austin Cox makes that amazing sidestep, unable to be caught by any of the Pulborough players, landing that try down in amazing.
And we do have a player down here. I think we've got one last play of this game. The referee's still not calling full time just yet. As the Julians recollect themselves, have they got one try in them? So the referee just makes sure the score. One last play then, says the referee. And it'll be sorry. Be Julian's kickoff then for this last play of the half. Can they get something on it? This is the one to watch now. Pressure is on, and it's kicked up into the night sky by the Julians, by Tremont, into the Pulborough Arms, who kick it out of play.
You had the right call there, immediate clearance by the Pulborough team.
But the referee says he's kicked it straight out, so Tunbridge, I believe, have a free kick. A few metres from the line, or it goes back. But we're going to kick off again because Pulborough put it straight out of play after receiving the kickoff. They can't do that, so a restart.
Down there's the supporters. It all comes down to this last play.
And it's Bowman with the kickoff. Higher into the sky then. This time not collected by Pulborough, but it is picked up eventually by 15. That's Freddie Burry. Gets out to the wing, it's Page. Page makes the break. Can Page secure it for Pulborough? He's got support, but he doesn't need them. His Page goes through, and Page will win it for Pulborough. They'll take the plate home. And that is full time. He secured their name on the plate.
A fast player like that, we've seen so many amazing tries from him in this match. And to finish on a note like that is just incredible for the team.
And it's celebratory scenes for Pulborough. They'll receive their award at the end of the night as the teams shake hands and bring an end to this one.
Yeah, Tunbridge Julian certainly put in a heck of a lot of effort today.
Absolutely, they were so unlucky in that last play. But Pulborough come away as winners.
You can see here that amazing run by Page. Dips one player, two more, then a third, then a fourth, and then a fifth. And he just outruns the rest. And he's
celebrates before he's done it and dives over the line beautifully. What a moment for Toby Page. Now though, we've got the final. It's Camberley versus Havant, and we're going to hand back over to the next gen team. Thank you very much for tuning in there.
So here we go then, it's the final. And it is Havant who have been unbeatable across the tournament so far, taking on Camberley, who came through a crushing semi-final against Brighton. It is Havant who will kick us off in that pink and blue. Camberley on the receive, and Graham, the tournament organisers, alongside me. I mean, you watch that Brighton semi-final. Camberley have really had to earn their spot in this final.
Oh yeah, it was tough going for my boys. We went 2 tries up in the first half, but Camberley fought us, and yeah, grew into the game. They are a massive team, and yeah, got the 3 tries, and yeah, there they are in the final. Well, here they are in the final.
Indeed, it is an early start here for Camberley. It's Macy, Canby, switch on the inside. First little bump for Marlborough today in this cup final. Havant very comfortable in their 2 games so far today. Good work to keep it in hand from Cliff. Macy comes back to the short side. Here's the key man, Arlo Whittle. Whittle, who's been perhaps player of the tournament across the 3 legs. Cobley, still driving here. Good early start from Havant in the start of this championship game. Camberley make a mess of things. Macy off the deck. Into an interception. Off they go. What a start to the competition this would be. Cornerback. He finds the offload, and Leo Marshall finishes it off. Hint of an interception was all it was. Just lifted a touch too high, and Camberley raced through.
A lot of rugby still to play, but I know that this is a grudge match for Camberley after my timing mishap back in November on night 1 that led to an extraordinarily long game that haven't ended up winning in overtime. So Camberley have been waiting and hoping to get to the final against them. And,
I'm glad you mentioned that game, that Camberley had sort of sealed it after the 20 minutes, but a slight technical error led the game to go about 5 minutes over, and in that 5 minutes haven't secured victory. And that was the start of their undefeated run, which has gone all the way through to the final. Again, they've won it back off kickoff, and it's dug out of the breakdown. Good line speed. Cobley sends it wide, and now Morgan on the edge. Morgan with great pace. There's the equaliser.
And like that, they're back in it. Throwing the ball away, wasting time.
Don't mind it, just 2 minutes in now. He's got a lot of time to waste. This is a great finish from Morgan.
Kick or receive?
Oh, Graham, what a tournament it's been. Of course, we had that stunning Shield final where Pulborough came through with just their 2 wins of the tournament coming today after being so close time and time again.
I feel like they played us. No, they played the tournament really well, and that's what it's all about. It was giving everybody something to go for on this last the final night, and keeping the interest up, and it certainly worked. And yeah, unexpected Shield winners, but worthy nonetheless.
And indeed, the interest is high. We've had a penalty shootout tonight, we've had golden point, we've had everything you'd ask for. And it was just a slight knock-on from the kick-off by Havant. And back to his feet, Ellis Lewis.
Even 3 minutes into this game, and it's a full-blooded contest, and so lots of rugby still to play.
Bounces up really difficultly there for Camberley. Whittle puts the pressure on. It's still in possession of Camberley, fling it in field for Marshall. Marshall puts boot to ball. There's no one in the backfield. It'll roll into touch.
Relieving that pressure.
It's a really good kick from Marshall, as they were under pressure.
When you're ready. There you go, there.
And these are 2 of the top sides in the area. It's good to see that sides of such quality have made the final as well in the Friday Night Lights Super League. Great to see Havant being challenged, because they haven't been so far today. Stepping back against the grain and almost through.
Tackle, mate.
Havant are a great side, and they find it. Hampshire, they've won the Hampshire County Championships this season, and they won the Harlequins Defender Cup, and they also won the Saracens one. So they've not lost for a while, and certainly setting a high standard. But yeah, Camberley are going toe-to-toe with them right now.
Well, we spoke about this in the build-up, but Camberley, having had to go through 2 such tough games already tonight, will harden them up ahead of this big cup final.
Yeah, certainly. That was something that going into this this night, that we knew that we were going to be playing Camberley twice back to back. So it was about managing our energy levels, because we'd had 2 tougher games on night 2 ahead of playing Havant last, and yeah, we really noticed the difference there. So we were sort of trying to manage a bit of energy levels in that first game, and make sure that we still had plenty of the tank if we made it to the final. But yeah, top marks to Camberley. They've done well, and they're obviously turning it on here in the final. So.
Indeed, there's another good kick through from Marshall. Their defensive pressure really telling there.
Trophy glistening under the post. So
there it is, the trophy that was brought on by the referee in the build-up to this one. From a foot in touch, will be a free pass from Nathan Macy. Ball back on the inside from Clift, who's really stepped up at 10 in this fixture. Macy, Clift, switch on the inside for his 15 counterpart, Eric Candy, flung back over the top. Well, it comes back for Middleton, so it should be Camberley's possession. Jenkins slips through. Oh, great delay on the pass, and now it's a foot race. It's Calderbank. He's caught by Havant. What a hit comes in from Whittle. And the pressure kept on by Clift. Camberley somehow still have it. Havant have to roll away.
Leave it, Havant.
Jenkins will eventually dig it out. Good option to kick, but it's been charged down. Here's Morgan. Morgan puts in the fend. Morgan still going. Lovely footwork. Morgan still going. Takes on Marshall. Morgan looks to get the offload away. It's beyond Cliff, and it rolls into touch.
Oh, it's kept it in play.
Just about kept in play. Great work from Max Cobley to keep Havant in possession. And Cobley, Whittle, great tackle. brought down emphatically by Jake Lederer.
Logan, you okay?
Pick and go by Matteo Kret. Real battle at the breakdown, and it's Camberley who come away with it. Jenkins looks to find the pass. And look at the footwork on the edge, it's Alex Morley. Eventually scragged into touch, but high tackle is the call. So it will be a penalty, and Camberley will keep up the frantic pace of this final.
I missed.
Exactly what you wanted from the final of the Friday Night Lights Super League, Graham.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, definitely the two best teams in the competition going at it. So, yeah, it's great to see. And, yeah, very, very even contest too.
Good carry from Bentham. Lederer back into traffic. He's hit hard by Perry. Lewis shrugs off the first, and Lewis gets going. Lewis breaks the tackle. Can he go the full length? He's dragged down Ellis Lewis. Eventually, still driving here.
Roll away, Hammond.
Big chance for Camberley to take the lead for the first time in this final. Jenkins, pick and go. His opposite number, Macy, drags him down. It's so on out wide. It's Alex Morley.
Retaking the lead, Camberley. Rare to see Havant's defence getting sucked in like that.
And indeed, they were sucked in here. First by this great carry from Lewis, and then by the pick and go from Jenkins, smallest man on the field. But look how narrow they have to defend, especially with options to the right and left. That's a fantastic clear out by Jake Pryor, which opened up the space. Kick-off from Camberley, they put it deep, but what a turnaround it would be. Havant's first loss of the tournament coming in the championship match.
This is what tournament rugby's all about.
Head on.
And it's a penalty for Camberley at the breakdown. Here goes Jenkins. Bentham. Hughes. Horse to deck. Quick ball here for Lewis. Plenty of pace on the pass. All right, step from Boggs. All over the breakdown there. Haven't. And it will be a scrum down for the men in pink and blue. They've done really well to win that back.
Here's the mark, boys.
1 minute to go also before half time. And Havant would love to go in level, Graham.
I certainly would. I'm feeling tense myself. I don't need to have a dog in this one, so yeah.
Balls out!
Can't imagine how their coaches are feeling.
Charge down, pressure on. Morgan comes away with it. Whittle round the corner. Feeds it wide, it's through the fingers. It's just about kept in play again. Outstanding work from Max Cobley, making up for his mistake. Camberley pile into the breakdown. And it's been won back by Hughes. Marshall. Plenty there to cover him, but there is space out wide for Camberley. Jenkins, Whittle. Makes the shot.
Roll away, Hammond.
Counter up by Hammond. It comes for Hughes. Lewis. Cut back inside. But there's three men to make the tackle.
In touch here.
And he's walked into touch in the end by Hammond. Well, they've covered that really well.
Free pass here, Hammond.
Free pass soon to come. 10 minutes gone. Macy. Really direct in the carry, but it's been knocked on. Camberley with a chance. There goes the music. So we're into our final 30 seconds here. Wonderful recovery from Candy.
You've already got a penalty.
Penalty advantage, Camberley. They're going to have to use it.
Side penalty.
Final play.
It's a penalty. You have to pay the penalty.
Play this free kick. Here's the last play.
Last play. Jenkins. Hughes winds it up.
Not
Shrugs off
satisfied
one.
with the lead at half time. They're going for more.
Marshall. That's the hint of a forward pass, but play will continue. Lewis. Lewis round the houses. Lewis still going. Oh, it's wonderful footwork from Lewis still. Jenkins. Marshall awaits. Big dummy to get round Whittle. He does give the pass. It's backwards all the time. Camberley can't get stuck here. Whittle! Oh, he stripped it! He stripped it! And he's going to surely drive over! And And Hammond have equalised!
How often has that happened in Friday Night Super League? The last play of the half, the team that's behind gets one back.
Arlo Whittle with a last gasp equaliser. And that will take us through to half-time.
Picked his pocket.
Well, they were on the back foot there. Haven's defence was outstanding and they slide in to score. Well, what a final here at the Friday Night Lights Super League, and Camberley are level at the break.
Hot favourites having to work hard to get back into it, and I've got to say, on the banners of playing that first half, it's Camberley's.
What a final. Camberley still very much in the fight. Haven't maybe about to suffer their first defeat of the Friday Night Super League season. We'll be back for the second half here at Waterhall in just a few moments' time.
So bloody proud of you, mate. So bloody proud.
Second half soon to get underway. Camberley and Hammond at level. Whittle scores right on the break for the undefeated Hammond, but Camberley, who have had to beat Brighton twice to make it through to this final, are still level and led for most of that first half. It's a kick-off from Lederer, well taken by Cobley, who comes racing round the corner.
Tackle advantage.
Early penalty for Hammond.
Not releasing the ball, but it was a high tackle, so penalty Hammond.
Good turnover on the deck from Hughes, but the penalty was coming. Cobley taps it. Whittle flicks it out the back. Always backwards, says the referee, and then it's chipped through.
Foot in touch here. All Hammond's ball went back, so free pass Hammond here.
And it's going to be a free pass for Hammond in the end. Left for Nathan Macy. What have they got in the locker here? Switch down the short side, dislodged in the tackle.
Knocked on there in the
Camberley scrum. Real tension in the air here at Waterhall. Scrum for Hammond. They have not been tested like this for a number of weeks. But Camberley really bringing it to them here. Jenkins, uncontested scrum. Just dinked out the back, but there's so much pressure at the breakdown. Whittle's got his hands onto it. Turnover's good. Second effort from Camberley, and they do come away with it. Here's Rye, who flings it out. Middleton.
Steals good.
It's been intercepted. Graham, the tournament organiser here at Friday Night Lights, back alongside me. Well, Hammond have started really well.
Yeah, just catching up on play now, sorting out what's going on after the big award ceremony. So, but yeah, we've got sort of 8 minutes of rugby at least to play.
We'll have those ceremonies live for you from the balcony. We'll spin the cameras round and get the clubhouse in view. For now, a penalty advantage has been handed to Camberley for a high tackle.
Just while we talk about the ceremonies, probably a good time to say thank you very much to VX3. They're our club, Brighton's club kit sponsor, who very kindly donated a set of bespoke playing shirts to the winners tonight, and then also to the winners of the Shield, they get a set of t-shirts.
That's Pulborough have already secured those, but a set of bespoke shirts for the winners here. It's a lot on the line, not just pride, but also a great prize for the victors. Knocked on in midfield, and that's good field possession for Camberley.
Oh yes, so all the teams that are competing, they'll get a little shield that you see in clubhouses. So we get a Friday Night Lights Super League shield. So maybe in 10 years' time or so, when these guys aren't boys anymore and they're playing men's rugby, and they head over to TJ's for a match, and they can sit in the clubhouse and say, I did that, I was involved in that.
Lovely steal from Haven. And can they play from inside their own 22? Whittle, big hit from Morley to win it back. The try scorer turns it over. That's a big statement from Camberley, not letting even Haven's biggest hitters have free rein.
Oh, it's a phenomenal defensive effort from Camberley so far in this game. Let's just hope they can keep it up.
Set.
Jenkins, Marshall, Lederer. Oh, what a shot from Clift. Lederer wears it well.
Ball is out.
Ball is out and haven't come away with it. Now, what's on here for Haven? Macy, Marlborough.
Tackle made, release.
Caught well by Calderbank.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage for offside. Whittle will use that advantage and break through the contact. Whittle over the top. Half a chance for Morgan. Morgan does well to lay it back. Stripped in the tackle.
Offside. Advantage.
We'll come back for the penalty advantage.
On here. Yeah, we're
Here's Whittle. Off he goes down this short side. Whittle has a man over. Might not need him. Whittle! Oh, he's put it down short. And it's been nicked away by Ellis Lewis. But can Camberley clear their lines? Marshall hammers it away. And it's just been spilt. But always backwards, says the referee. Morgan takes it to ground. And it's an expansive run back on the inside from Clift again.
Great tackle, there's the tackle.
Steals
Another steal from Camberley. And here's Rye. Great work, Rye, to get over the gain line. He lays it back and they're straight off their feet there, Haven.
It's gone backwards.
Done the hard work, now they need the exit.
Real panic from both teams here. Whittle takes on Lewis and hammers him towards touch.
Stayed in play.
Counter up from Marlborough, but they're off their feet. And they go flying off their feet again there. Lederer hit, but always backwards.
Hacking it on, Leo.
Ball's open.
Well, there's
Someone
the
doesn't
call
like that.
from the sideline, but I think he was just looking to get after it. It might open up for Marshall. Marshall pins back his ears. Marshall, oh, what a step. Away goes Leo Marshall. He takes one look back to see he's free and away, and Marshall will put Camberley ahead again. Magic from Marshall to race through in the second half of the second half with not long to go here. What a finish from Marshall.
There wasn't a
Someone down from Camberley in the middle.
Well,
It's a sore shoulder or a lost contact lens.
What a step from Leo Marshall. Well, there's a couple players down with a combination of, to be honest, it's just cramp and a couple of big hits. And Camberley behind. There was a call there for fly hacking. There may have been an attempt, but they didn't connect with the ball. It was just a tackle. So the referee fine to let the boys play. That's what we want. Free-flowing rugby. In comes the emergency team talk for Havant as the Camberley man is replaced. What a final. What a score for Camberley. Kick off from Patrick Calderbank.
3.5 minutes to play. Haven't on the ropes. They've not been in this position since the last time they played Camberley.
Well, they're just looking numbers there. There's a complaint from Camberley about Havant's numbers. Well, Graham, I might need your interjection here because the poor ref's right in the middle of this. He seems he doesn't think anything's wrong. There we are, back underway. Well, that's the call. It's Havant claiming.
We've got a first aider, I think, coming on.
Well, that was the call. It was a potential head injury. It's just going to be double checked. And due to injuries, there'll be a man short. So, Graham, I might leave you to interject here. Right, so the change has been made in the meantime. There is a qualified first aider on site to double check the Havant player. It's chipped deep, but it's well taken by Leo Hall. Hall, lovely step, and then Hall accelerates away. Look at him go. Leo Hall back on the inside. Great run. And Macy. Great line speed from Cornerbank, but Morgan gets away. Morgan beats the second and wheels back on the inside. Here's Morgan. There's 2 over. It's Whittle. Whittle on the outside. Marshall looks to make the shot. What a finish from Whittle. Haven equalise. Brilliant rugby from the likes of Morgan for Havant under real pressure. And when you put Whittle away on the edge with a bit of space. Now this is great.
And the chips are down, they look to their talisman.
Look at this run from Morgan. He went about 50 yards back in field.
When you're ready.
On a full length pitch, about 15 on the quarter leg. And it will be Havant who kick us off. Camberley back level again. Well, there's a lot of distance on that kick, but it's really well taken in the backfield. Marshall bounces up into no man's land. It's loose, and it's Whittle who comes away with it. And with a minute to go, Havant looked to seal this one. Macy goes himself. Doesn't break through. Pick and go from Matteo Kret, always backwards. Kret back to his feet for another carry.
Taking the hard yards. Macy.
Beautiful miss pass. Morgan on the edge. Morgan wrapped up. Whittle. Well held by Jake Pryor. And it's a really physical coming together. Parry lays it back. Macy. Morgan, good line speed, defending back inside. Morgan, where's he off to here? Morgan on the edge. It's a beautiful shot. Perry recollects. Here's Parry. Still going, Parry. What a carry by the hooker. Parry. Hall.
Yeah,
This could be the winner. Hall's away to win it.
Wow.
How on earth did Leo Parry get away from 2-3 tacklers? And then once he was put through in space, Leo Hall is just one of those players that have who can always back their legs to get over.
Unbelievably, this lad, I'm not sure if he just started playing rugby this season or he just joined Havant this season. I think he just started playing rugby, but 1 year in, wow.
Scoring the winner in the cup final. We're heading right towards the latter stages of this final. It's another very deep kick that's brilliantly taken. Oh, what a step. And back inside as well. That's wonderful from Jenkins. Laid back by Ben Frost. And it comes to the short side. Marshall on last play. Oh, he gets the offload away. And they're still going here. Whittle, who else to make the shot, to turn it over, to win the game.
And that's the game.
Havant have fought back from a serious test against an outstanding Camberley team to claim the title of the Friday Night Lights Super League here at Waterhall. What a game!
What it means to them. Look at them. They know they've been in a scrap. They had to work for that one.
Well, we have victors. Havant have done it. They were backed all the way coming into this evening after an undefeated run from the first 2 legs. They then put Hove away twice to make the final. But Camberley, who beat the host Brighton Blues to make it through to the championship game, took them to the very end. This is the try that won the game. What a carry from Parry. Unbeatable after his opposite number, and his teammate Marlborough has to leave the field. And then he put Hall away. Maybe one of his earliest rugbying memories, but it's one that he will not forget for a very long time. And Havant are your champions. Well, there were some tense moments in there, mainly spearheaded by the parents, I must say, as is often the way, Graham. Can't put it on the players, but it's great to see them come together at the end of that game and acknowledge that they have been a part of a very special final.
No, that was wonderful. That was everything I wanted from a final from this event when I dreamt it up. It's been years in the making. We've gone through the mini section, building up this Friday Night Lights and working on the concept. And finally, we got to competitive rugby at under 12s. we will be back next season with a new event, a different event. I don't think this format's going to work. I think the lads are going to get too big to have a competitive two pitches on one senior pitch under the lights. But we'll think of something. We'll come back. So putting a shout out to all the clubs around the UK and around the world. If you want to be involved, if you want to take part, then please do reach out. All the 8 teams in this competition are always looking for teams to play against. So yeah, reach out. We'll travel, or Brighton's a great place to visit.
And we'll certainly be back as well here at Next Gen Live to bring you all the action of the next Friday Night Lights. But Graham, thank you very much for having us, and congratulations on what's been a great event.
No, I honestly can't thank Next Gen enough. You guys are the best in the business. Not that I know anybody else in the business, but
let's keep it that way, shall we?
No, seriously, you've made this so special for the players, the parents, grandparents, people, friends all around the world. It's been wonderful hearing stories of people that have never seen these kids play rugby get it beamed into their living rooms, and you make it so accessible with your commentary and everything. It's been honestly,
I really appreciate it.
So cool.
Yes, thanks very much for you for tuning in, and congratulations again for Hammond. What a absolutely brilliant final here. Commiserations to Camberley, who will take solace in the fact that they've taken Hammond closer than anyone in this tournament across the 3 legs. Well, thanks very much for joining us for the live rugby. The presentations are still to come. They'll be up on the balcony in a few moments' time, and we'll be back to talk you through them in just a moment.
Up to the balcony. And please, can everybody else come around the steps here? Just come around the steps at the bottom, and we'll get a short presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you. If everyone could please congregate where these wonderful people are here. Thank you very much. And Havant and Pulborough. That's Havant and Pulborough. Please, can you make your way up to the balcony? Thank you very much. And if you have a spare kit, it's a phenomenal kit.
Well, what a tournament it's been then for all the teams involved. And with the late announcement that the presentations will be moved on to the balcony, thank you very much to our camera team up top who have improvised, adapted and overcome in order for us to get you these presentations live streamed through the glare of the floodlights. So apologies about that, but doing our best to make sure you can take in these final words from Graham and the team here at Brighton. And as we await Pulborough and of course champions Havant to receive their shield and championship trophy.
Thank you, DJ Scott. Right, as
DJ Scott has been given his leave for now, as Graham will say his thank yous to those involved.
Nathan and everybody else that's been dropping the post and putting it back up 4 times, we've done that now. Awesome. How much else can you hear? And then all the parents that have got the car park as first aiders, and likewise across all the teams in the competition, all the parent support that the teams have got has been wonderful. Thank you very much. I've got to say a massive thank you to Brighton Uni, the journalism students from there that have come down.
A shout out to our commentators and co-commentators across pitch 2 and also pitch 1 this week.
And they certainly haven't been that cold before. And they came back for the last 2 nights and they've been absolutely wonderful.
Of course, Graham
Ethan, who's in there. Not sure what he's doing.
Throwing back to the frozen conditions. We batted through leg 1 of the Friday Night Super League in.
And then we'll be going through best tries, best hits and things like that.
And between you and me, Graham has already shown me the try of the tournament, which he picked out through the highlights from leg 2.
Massive thanks to Rob Boller from Quins.
It won't be announced until they've combed through this evening's highlights as well. Of course, most of these clubs are indeed affiliates of Quins, some of Saracens, but a lot of them have Harlequins as well, and Harlequins have had a real presence across the 3 legs.
It's going to look like in a few years' time, and I imagine a good few of the boys here are going to be involved in that. But yeah, it's awesome to have their support coming down on all of the nights, and yeah, just generally giving them some chat to the coaches, bigging up the kids and letting them know where their future could well be headed if they carry on the way they have. So I think everybody's around now, so there are loads more people to thank. Of course, Next Gen, you've made this so wonderful. Thank you, Will.
Well, because he's staring directly at the camera there, Greg, because he's just thanked us for our coverage for the course. We're pleased, we're happy to be here and support such a fantastic event.
So yeah, thank you. Sorry that's how you're going to remember it.
Again, judging the frozen conditions that we endured on Friday.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, and thanks so much. But now on to the teams. Obviously there are 8 teams here, but there are 2 awards. So the 6 that didn't make it, I'm sorry. We will be doing more events in the future, so please do come back. I hope you have fun. But for the shield, so each team gets one of these shields. They're normally for touring teams. They go up on the walls in clubhouses. But I figured in 10 years' time, when the boys have sat there in TJ's or Westcombe Park, whatever, they've just played their adult game, and they've sat there having a beer or an isotonic, as they probably will, they can look up and see this shield on the wall and say, I was a massive part of that. Check out the Instagram, see what I used to do when I was 11. But not all the shields have got this at the bottom, the under 12 shields winners. So without further ado, Pulborough, after a hard-fought final night, he made it through to the shield final, Pippin TJs, and very well done. So come on through, get those medals.
So Pulborough, of course, named champions after not winning a game coming into this evening's event. They turned over the Tunbridge Scullions and denied them a place in the Cup semi-final, and then they had to beat Tunbridge for a 2nd time in the final as well. What a moment
Johnny's
for them.
Coming out. He wants a medal too. Good job, I bought a few extra.
And they will each receive a medal. In fact, every team competing, as
Captain,
said, will
across
receive
the 3
a
nights,
medal
captain.
throughout the day.
Stepping up, are we, Toby? we go, my friend.
All competing here. And Pulborough are your Shield champions.
Congratulations, Pulborough. Played well. Well done, boys. Okay, so what a game of rugby that final was. I don't think anyone's expecting to be as tight as that, but it's what I really wanted to cap off the competition. So very, very well done. Camberley can go back and look over that again and see what happened. But all the way through, these boys have been consistently fantastic. I honestly don't know how they do it. They didn't have a waterfall league this season, so they've been trying to take pictures wherever they can, and they just keep getting better and better. I can't wait to play these boys when my lads are growing a little bit, because I think that's going to be a phenomenal game. But it's not about us now, it's all about them. Number one team in home counties, I'd say. They are Havant.
So Havant are your champions, of course, after going completely undefeated across the tournament. It's a great result, and they'll be led out by the skipper, Alfie Whittle, who was fantastic throughout as well. I imagine he might be named player of the tournament by the Harlequins representatives in a moment's time. Once they've made sure that every Havant player gets a medal, they'll have their trophy lift. And as Graham said, probably the best under-12 side in the whole of the home counties.
So you guys get a shield for your clubhouse wall with champions on the bottom. You also get, thanks to VX3, our club kit sponsor, you get a set of 15 bespoke shirts with the champions logo on. That's an outstanding prize as well. Well done.
Shirts made just for Havant, of course, from VX3, the club sponsor here at Brighton of the kit.
So, here is, you ready, Arlo? Your FNL Super League champion!
Arlo Whittle will raise the couple off with his teammates as the Havant captain, as they are victorious. Well, we'll leave Graham to say his final words, but that brings our coverage of the Friday Night Lights Super League to an end. It's been a real pleasure to have you alongside us for the three-leg journey. No permafrost tonight, instead a pleasant Brighton evening of fantastic rugby throughout. So congratulations to all 8 competitors.
With their winning trophy, but basically over the last 3 nights we've been down watching every single
I'll sign off as we have the final award, player of the tournament, to be given out.
This player was consistent for their team throughout all the games, really stepped up in the final. Correct me if I'm wrong, scored 2, possibly 3 in the final. So the MVP for the whole tournament goes to, I believe, Havant captain number 8, Arlo.
And indeed, there he is, player of the tournament, Arlo Whittle, a standout and a player with a bright future. Not just a big physical presence, also great hands in there, great acceleration.
Everybody. You've been awesome.
So that is very much the final act of the Friday Night Lights Super League. From myself, Wilfred Kemsley, from all the team here at Next Gen Live, thank you for joining us. And if you love your school's rugby or your age grade rugby, then join us at the Sedbergh 10 starting on Sunday morning. But congratulations to Graham and the whole Brighton Rugby Club team for putting on a fantastic event. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good night.